What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here, and as you can tell from the title of this, video slash audio recording here, I am trying something new here, or I can actually say we for a change. I don't have to refer to myself as a group of people, but let me introduce you to what I am calling the three-way dance, which is going to be a podcast here of wrestling-related material. And I actually have some people here to join us. You're probably seeing their names on the screen here because I'm not going to get that fancy with the editing. So first up, you see the name right there on the screen, Shelby, whatever that is, but we know him as the Shubs.
That's right. Don't forget it.
And also here, the only other one that has some radio experience here with us. You guys maybe heard him on my channel a couple. Well, you've actually heard both these guys on my channel before, but it's been so long. But you probably heard him a couple months back when I was actually on his radio show up in the Great White North here. Give it up for Nick Rossetti.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. All right, so what we're going to do here on the three-way dance, like I said, pretty much a wrestling podcast here. We got a whole bunch of stuff planned out here. So first things first, let's get into the spin cycle, as I'm calling it. We'll take an old TNA gimmick, get into the spin cycle. Let's get into some news of the week here, guys. The first one being the most obvious news of the week, WWE superstar Andrade being released. First, he was unhappy. Asher's release was denied. He was going to be stuck there coloring with the rest of the coloring crew. And then he all of a sudden got his release. So what do we think of Andrade's release?
Well, he wasn't being used at all, as far as I know. I haven't really been watching religiously lately until this week, but I mean, good for him, I guess.
I mean, yeah. I mean, after his United States title run ended, which, I mean, to be fair, wasn't a really good United States title run. And well, after his feud with Humberto Carrillo, it's pretty much when that title run went downhill. But yeah, after that, even his feud with Apollo Crews, I was just like, all right, I'm over this. And then he lost clean to Angel Garza on the way out the door, pretty much.
Well, you got to put the guy over on your way out. That kind of makes sense.
Angel, yeah, and look how well Angel Garza's doing.
Was he even on this week?
My point exactly. Rest my case.
Fair enough.
Basically, how long before it's La Sombra is all elite at this point for me?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a couple other places he could go, but I mean, they're signing everybody, so he's probably going there. And they have the most money.
Yeah,
they would have access. They would have access to Charlotte that way eventually. So I would expect that there's going to be some sort of talk there.
I don't think they'd let go of Charlotte. I think they'd find enough money to keep her. There's no way they'd let her go over there.
Yeah, but you have to think some people in the past. Some people in the past were offered some big dollars to just sit at home and collect money, like Rhino. Rhino was offered a huge sum of money just to sit at home and do nothing, and he said, "No, I'm out of here. I'm going to go chill at Impact."
I think it's different though because he wasn't being used either, right? Like they're always going to try and use Charlotte no matter what.
That's true.
But it's been said though. I mean, I don't know how much truth there is to it. It's been said that Charlotte has something to do with Andrade not only being granted his release, but his non-compete being waived.
Oh, like leverage.
Yeah, that is the interesting note coming out of Andrade's release. Most wrestlers who are released from the WWE have a 90-day no compete clause, and Andrade does not have one. He could sign with Impact right now and start wrestling if he wanted to.
I would assume he's waiting on the trademark for La Sombra to go through in order to go from there, because I think that's the gimmick he wants to use. But I haven't seen anything to say 100% or even say 50% that Charlotte Ric Flair had something to do with it. But that's what I had read the other day, that both the Flairs had to do with Andrade's waiver anyway, the waive of the non-compete. I guess there was a threat from Charlotte that she would leave too.
Well, I think this is another instance of that. I mean, I know they're overstacked as well, but I think this was another instance that a visit down to NXT, or maybe not a visit, but a going back to NXT probably would have did him a little good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
much like it's done with, you know, Finn Balor. And even though he's in a comedy tag team now, a little bit with Killian Dane, because even though Killian Dane's in a comedy tag team now, he probably would have been long out the door by now if it wasn't for that tag team.
Alexander Wolf is
Yeah.
another fantastic example of that.
Oh yeah, Alexander Wolf went to NXT UK. Yeah, now he's in Imperium and such. Had that great match with Undisputed Era, but I actually have something to say about that later. So, all right, so Andrade's released. Okay, so the next one here on the spin cycle here, 2 Hall of Fame inductions were announced this week. One very controversial and one very well deserved. Let's talk about the well deserved one first. The Devil's favorite son, Kane, aka Glenn Jacobs, aka Fake Diesel, aka
He's just Kane. Just Kane.
Christmas Creature, Isaac Yankem.
The other ones aren't worth it.
But what about Christmas Creature? Come on, man.
Christmas Creature. I cannot remember the name of the dentist right now. It's
Isaac Yankem.
Isaac Yankem. Thank you, Isaac Yankem. I cannot remember that. So I think fair enough to say, you know, just his run as Kane alone, worthy of the Hall of Fame. Correct.
It's too bad that it's not happening during like non-COVID era.
Well, actually, and that's what I was about to say, because I guess they pulled Batista 2020 class so that his induction could take place in front of fans, but
well, he also said that he couldn't make it this year too.
Wow, but regardless, they could have done a video. Everything
That's
else
what they're going to do anyways.
But I thought they were going to let some fans in for Hall of Fame.
No, the Hall of Fame is all via the Thunderdome.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, that's news to me. See.
Oh my God, I hate that fucking Thunderdome.
And the other Hall of Fame induction is former world heavyweight champion, the Great Khali, has been.
Yeah, he's great. All right.
This has been some big news online, because I have seen some people just flip shit online.
They're saying, "What the fuck?"
Similar to the Bella Twins in the 2020 class.
The Bella Twins make a little bit more sense than him,
not
just because
right
they were
now.
on TV a lot more.
Okay,
yeah, but they were on
right
TV
now.
a lot more than he was.
Doesn't matter.
And at least the
now.
Bella Twins could, you know, fucking move.
Well,
that's about all they could do.
Let's not forget the whole dancing thing during the Kiss Cam deal.
Well, yeah, I move well. We'll say move well.
I say we just induct this theme song. Can we just induct that?
Which one?
Watch, it won't even be the one that we like.
I know, right? Yeah.
Goes in, it'll be the old one.
It'll be just the soft one. You know, the Punjabi Playboy theme shall be the who's the body?
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I was just
so yeah. When I was looking up some stories for news and everything, I came across Kane Hall of Fame, and I was like, oh no, wait, we got to talk about Khali too. I was like, that's gonna bring some.
Cannot believe.
But I mean, this is just like Jinder Mahal winning the WWE title again. This is all just a ploy to get the good old country of India on the side of the WWE.
Well, that's the thing, right?
What
That's why their
does
Hall
it
of Fame
matter
is the
right
joke.
now? What does it matter right now? We're in a pandemic. India, it's getting worse.
That's true.
They're not going to be going to India anytime soon, and they already had an India exclusive event via the Thunderdome with half a roster that we didn't even know who they were.
That, and they used like a fuck ton of WWE stars, which I'm just like, okay, you want to get over with the India crowd.
Yeah.
You want to be like, we have all these India superstars, but you know what? Here's Ray, here's Bailey, here's Drew.
Here's Drew, and here's Dominic, just for shits.
Yeah, I know. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. I don't think we're really going to have a lot to say about this one, but I figured I'd throw it on here anyway. But The Fiend returned at Fastlane, which we'll probably get into that in a little bit here. But The Fiend has a new look. But the big news coming out of that was famed director / makeup artist Tom Savini is actually the designer of that look. I was unaware of that. I thought Bray Wyatt was actually the mastermind behind all this. I knew Tom Savini had something to do with the belt a long time ago,
Yeah.
but I had no idea he was going to have something to do with the new mask. So we'll probably talk a little bit more about it when we get to Fastlane. But what do we think of the new mask?
It looks like something out of Trauma. It looks like something bootleg out of Trauma.
Damn, that's bad.
I ordered Trauma from Wish, and this is what I got.
Wow. Considering that Trauma is, wow, okay, that's a statement. Shelby, Fiend's new look?
I wanted to talk about wrestling, not fucking bullshit. That was the worst fucking display of a goddamn wrestling match I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, we'll get to the match a little later because
Oh.
I have some notes on that here. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, and this is another very polarizing news item coming out of this or the last week and a half here. But Kylie Ray, on again, off again wrestler here, again coming out of retirement for the second time to
How
defend
old is she?
Do what?
How old is she?
I think she's like 24.
God damn.
She's coming out of retirement again to defend some indie title that she's won. But the trick to that story is that she's actually still contracted to Impact. But the bigger story is that the first time when she went out and was just like, oh, it's sad that, because if you don't know Shelby, she does have I believe it's depression or bipolar, one of the two.
Okay.
Nick,
Yeah.
Okay. But
I think
now
I did
this
hear
time
that.
it's a very different response. This time, the first time it was like, oh my God, that's so sad. And this time it's just like, you know what? Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. You're 24 and you've retired twice. Like, what is this? You're not Ric Flair.
And
Mind you,
don't
I'm
get me
pretty sure
wrong.
he retired
I
like 10
love
times in my life.
Kylie Ray, but like that's the way
Yeah.
I look at it. I'm just like, listen, like you got me when Bound for Glory came and you didn't show up, and she's like, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. But now here she is again, because she did it once when she left AEW. She made news headlines when she was the first women's wrestler signed to AEW, and then she was like, you know what, screw this, I don't need this shit. And then she shows up in Impact, which, all right, Impact, not my favorite company. I really wish somebody would shoot that company in the head by now. But that's the only way. If that's the only way I can get my Kylie Ray fix, then all right, I guess I'll tune in every now and then or watch the highlights at least. But now I'm kind of with some of the people on the online community where it's just like, maybe not as harsh as they went after her, but I'm just like, listen, man, you got to decide whether or not you want to stick with this or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
that's where I'm at. It's like where I'm at with ACH because I see his name popping up still, and I'm like, dude, decide whether you're done or not.
Fucking Jordan Miles.
He should just be done and just be over with it.
Where is he? MLW
What did he even
now?
do again? I can't remember.
He got mad that they came out with a T-shirt that.
Oh yeah, the blackface thing or whatever the fuck.
Which didn't even look like a black. Whatever. I'm not even gonna.
It's just a black T-shirt with the eyes and a mouth.
No, they didn't have eyes. It was just a black.
Oh, is it just the mouth?
Yeah, mouth, and it had Jordan
okay.
Miles. That's it. Yeah, it was whatever.
Yeah.
All right, and the last news article I have here on the spin cycle here, of all people in the WWE to get backstage heat, usually picture people getting backstage heat like a top performer or a low level performer, but this time a interviewer is getting some backstage heat, and that is Charlie Caruso. And recently she has been removed from television and supposedly on her way out the door. So the question is, will you miss her? Will you not?
What the hell did she even do?
Apparently there was a situation she had with Randy Orton and Sheamus. The details are sketchy. That's pretty much the only thing floating around. Is like there was a situation with Randy Orton and Sheamus, and plus she keeps showing up late to the arenas.
Well, I mean,
or the arena. I don't know why I said. I don't know why I pluralized that.
The Thunderdome.
Yeah, the Thunderdome.
Be professional, right? Like, come on,
Well, I could care less. It's got to the point where I tune out the interviewers. So unless it's AEW, actually, on that note, but even then, so I could care less who it is, really, to be honest.
Okay.
I'd be interested to know what the situation is.
Yeah, I'm kind of,
What about
her showing
Sheamus?
up late, whatever, like I could give a fuck less. But like, I just want to know what could she have possibly said to Sheamus and or Randy Orton? Well, Randy Orton, it could be anything, knowing him, considering his past.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, he gets mad if he puts his hand on his dick, then you go to shake his hand, you don't shake his hand. So Sheamus, though, that's a different one. That's one you don't hear pop up every now and then.
No, because he's Triple H's boy.
I know, right? Yeah. But I mean, I was mad when Kathy Kelly left. But I mean, she wasn't fired or showing up late or anything. And I was mad. I was like, man, I miss Kathy Kelly. But
Is she the one? Is it Charlie Caruso that's with Finn Balor, or is it Kathy Kelly?
I didn't know either one of them.
One of them is married to Finn Balor. I can't remember which one. Yeah,
that's news to me.
I can't remember which one.
Hmm.
I know one of them is so.
So those were some of the news articles this week here on the spin cycle here. So next up, we have a fun little game here. We're going to play It Came from eBay. Nice little challenge here between Shelby and Nick here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you a bizarre wrestling related item that I found on YouTube, and you two are going to guess the price. Closest one to it wins. Simply put there. So the item I found this week is a SmackDown Coco set. It features 2 mugs featuring The Rock and Kurt Angle, and it also has the Coco with it, like the official SmackDown Coco. It is unopened, still in the box. 2 mugs, SmackDown Coco, unopened. How much do you think this is going for on eBay? Shelby?
$50.
$50. All right. Nick?
What's the year on it?
2002.
Are we talking WWF logo or WWE?
WWE logo.
Oh God. $32.50.
The correct answer at the time of this recording, Nick, you are actually the closest because the retail value of it right now is $15.96.
Wow.
$15.
Even that's too much.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
$15.
Yeah.
But it's sealed. You get a rock
I don't
mug.
care. Neither of them are dead.
Man has a point.
Neither of them are dead, and that Coco is not going to taste good.
You know what? Here, you know
I'm
what? Just as a fun little bonus, because I like Nick's reaction to that, I'm going to give you guys another one here. WWF Attitude, 1 pack of WWF Attitude fruit snacks from 1999.
Wait, one singular pack? So there's like
one
5
singular
little,
pack.
5 little gummies in it or something?
5 little gummies featuring the likes of Stone Cold, The Rock, Sable.
Did you say Sable or Mabel?
Sable.
Okay, thank God.
1 pack.
I don't know about thank God.
If it was Mabel, it would be 1 gummy.
So again, I'll read it again here. 1 pack of WWF Attitude fruit snacks featuring the likes of Stone Cold, The Rock, Sable, 1999, unopened, of course. Shelby, how much do you think 1 pack of those are going for on eBay?
So this is right now. What's this going for on eBay? Jesus. Does it guarantee to have like The Rock and Steve Austin in it?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to go with $20.
$20. Nick?
Well. Oh, damn. See, this is tough because.
But if you spent more than 5 cents, you overspent.
But see,
fucking gummies.
They say it's from 1999. So,
I know, but they're gummies.
But hang on a minute though. We also have to think about what the expiration date would be on those, because if they were bought pre, the expiration date likely is very early 1999. Therefore, it was made in 1998 or earlier.
You're thinking way too hard.
Yeah, you really are.
As I'm sure.
I mean, they're gummies. They're not edible at this point.
Yeah, but hot chocolate is worth $15. They got to be worth something here.
Yeah, fair.
We'll say $8.98.
$8.98. Okay. Actually, Shelby said $20, and y'all get ready for your asses to explode because Shelby wins with $20 because the going rate for one pack WWF fruit snacks, $19.99, very rare, $70.
Oh my god.
$70.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, that's too ridiculous.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that last night. Because I looked up, I was looking up some for the game, and I was just like, should I do that one? And I actually had another one. It was like this whole like WWE snack kit. It was like $37. Oh, that'd be fun. But then like the post disappeared, so either somebody actually bought it or like they took it down. So I was just like, oh well.
And now I can't help but wonder if somebody actually has some good humor in WWF ice cream pops in the bottom of their freezer somewhere in like Point Place, Wisconsin or something.
Point Place, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's a
Like
fake
changing
place.
out their fridge, and they got
Yeah, I
put
know
it in a
that
lunch
was.
bag.
I said that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
I said that on purpose.
All right.
And by the way, Finn Balor is not married to either Charlie Caruso or Kathy Kelly. I thought he was. He was dating one of them at one point, but he married some chick in 2019, some other journalist, sports reporter, something or other.
Oh, at least you're in the ballpark. At least you had a journalist, sports reporter there. So.
Well, yeah.
All right, so that was it. Came from eBay. That was more fun than I thought it was going to be honest. Because once Nick started breaking down the shit, like, all right, 1999.
Well, you had to expect that was going to happen.
Not really. Once you were just like $20.
I just get it over with.
Nick was just like, all right, so 1999, pack is unopened. All right, 6 security. All right, so SmackDown here. We're not going to go blow by blow or anything here. We're just going to kind of go over the quick notes here. Otherwise, the show would be way too fucking long.
No kidding.
So, the first match on the card for SmackDown Women's Championship match. Sasha Banks defending against one of my girls, Nia Jax. Don't judge me.
No.
And of course, Sasha Banks retaining over Nia Jax because you have to get to WrestleMania. What do we think of Banks and Jax here?
Why do they have to have a title match on every fucking show?
Well, first of all,
why does the belt need to be defended every week?
There's no fans in there, first of all. Second of all, the Thunderdome is half recycled footage. Third of all, what else are they going to do?
Is it really recycled footage?
There is a lot of...
NXT is all recycled footage from the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Well, even 205 is too.
Oh, yeah, 205 Live. Yeah.
Well, that's probably because nobody watches 205 Live.
Oh, God. 205 Live used to be such a good show, and now I'm just like, fuck this show.
Yeah, really.
Now they have people on there. I think it's all like creator wrestlers. You know how like those generic creator wrestlers they give you like when you get on WWE 2K12 and shit?
Jerry Gatlis. Isaiah Scott. Here's Baron Blade and
and it's like Kurt Stallion.
Most of their rosters made up wrestlers. Made up in the fact that made on a video game. I mean, just look at friggin' The Fiend.
Oh, Slapjack. That's the best one.
Slapjack, yeah.
Slapjack's the best one.
Oh my God, that team has gone so downhill.
We'll get to Slapjack. Let's get on SmackDown here. So Banks is still going to be feuding with, of course, probably the worst women's wrestler on the roster. I think that being Bianca Belair. I've said it once, I've said it 100 times before. I think the best thing Belair's got going for her is her ass. That's about it.
I wish they would have saved Nia having a title shot until after. Scrap this Reginald crap and have Shayna and Nia kind of dominate the women's division after WrestleMania.
I actually have a note written down about Reginald.
And it just... Bianca, I get why they went with her for Rumble. At the same time, I don't, and I just wish she might have been valet for the Street Profits for a little bit longer before they tried to shove her down her throats.
I wish they would just put Bianca Belair with somebody like Nia Jax in a pit with 2 broken bottles and just let Nia Jax.
I don't really care for Bianca Belair, but I don't know. She's
Hey.
obviously over. Like, you know,
Is she though?
there are people that like her. There are people
The
that like her.
Thunderdome is under direction though. They send out what they want you to, whether they
Exactly.
want you to cheer or.
No,
oh,
I
hey,
get that. I get that. But like, she was over before the whole thing. I'm only going beforehand. I mean, they're piping in crowd noises and oh my god, the "This is awesome" chant from Fastlane. Jesus Christ, that just about fucking killed me.
All
But
right.
I mean, I do think that like she is over. I think just there's a lot of, like, we don't obviously get it. I think that's all. It really
I don't
is.
get it. I haven't gotten it since day one. Even in NXT, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I hate the hair whip
Yeah,
thing. It's just stupid.
All right. Next up, we have the Street Profits taking on Mysterio Senior, Mysterio Senior, and Mysterio Junior here. And believe it or not, Ray and Dominic get the pinfall on the former SmackDown Tag Team Champs. I got to admit, I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see it coming either.
I
Wasn't
thought
this like a gauntlet match or something though?
it wasn't a
No,
gauntlet match, no, because
Oh,
right
okay.
after that, Alpha Academy, aka Chad Gable and Otis,
Hmm.
which if there was an award for, you know, weirdest tag team of the year, I think they'd win it.
Don't even get me started on the Alpha Academy.
You know, I
At
think
least
I'd be
they're not
okay.
calling him
First-
Shorty G anymore.
No.
Here's my
Hang
thing
on
with
a
Alpha
minute here.
Academy. I'll just make it short and sweet. I think it'd be an okay tag team if they weren't heels. I don't think they needed to be heels.
No,
I know they
should
need
be
some heel
baby
tag
faces.
teams. I know they need heel tag teams at the moment, but I don't think they need to be heels.
Here's my problem with Alpha Academy. You just had Shorty G, Chad Gable denounce the name Shorty G. Rather than build on that and build on Otis having lost money in the bank and had a whole redemption story where he could have built his way up to the US title or something. Instead, you take Otis out of heavy machinery. Tucker is doing absolutely nothing if he's even still with the company at this point. You turn Otis heel. Then you expect us to believe he's willing to team with Dolph Ziggler. I just, it
Yeah, fair
drives
point.
me nuts.
Fair
Chad
Otis does
Gable-
not make a good heel.
Chad Gable has not had a fair shot to run on his own. He was with Jason Jordan, then he was with Shelton Benjamin, then he was hurt. Then he was
Then he was
Shorty
with
G.
Bobby Roode.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
I forgot
Everybody
about
forgets
that
about
one.
Ruble.
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 I
Was
forgot
that
about
actually their
that.
name?
No, that's just what
That
people
should
call
have been.
When does he get a shot to actually go on its own? When do they actually put real thought into Otis instead of just
They put real thought into him when Vince McMahon is 6 feet under.
Yeah.
But Otis will be long gone by then.
Oh yeah.
Otis will be curtain jerking over at Impact, which for some reason will still be around.
Oh God, please somebody shoot that company.
Because old moldy Don Callis and that walking tub of goose got more can't know when to stop.
And side note, Otis and Chad Gable pick up the win on the Mysterios.
I'm waiting for Dominic to turn on Ray. Denounce the Mysterio name and say I was actually Eddie's kid all along. I'm Dominic Guerrero. And then he just goes
It'd be
up.
fucking bizarre. It'd be kind of weird. It'd be kind of cool, but it'd be kind of fucking bizarre too.
Yeah, but
I don't think
it's,
people would like it.
it's right up Pritchard's alley. So
Yeah, I can see.
or else
Yeah.
he actually becomes Prince Mysterio and puts on a mask. They just do it.
And then we get the Brian Reigns, Jey Uso, Edge, Heyman, fucking referees, and all this shit promo. Whoever else you could put in a promo, they're out here. So we get that to build up for Fastlane. And then we get probably the weirdest match on the card because I honestly don't know who to root for, and that is King Corbin, which, oh God, don't even get me started on the King thing, and Sami Zayn. Who am I supposed to be cheering for?
There was a lot of that this week, and it wasn't just on SmackDown either. I saw a lot of it on Raw as well.
With Zayn and Corbin, it was all to build up Kevin Owens. who was on
I
commentary.
I thought
agree.
Sammy turned into a face because he was facing King Corbin. And then I
No,
was like, well, no, I
that
guess
match.
Corbin's the baby face. And I'm like, wait, no, Corbin's
No.
not a baby face.
So at the beginning of that match, they said this match has the potential to be the absolute worst in SmackDown history.
Really? They
The
said that?
king that no one likes, King Corbin, versus something Sami Zayn. Like, it was a very like smarky promo that you never would have expected to see on WWE programming.
I said it like 3 years ago or 2 years ago when it happened. I was just like, I'm okay with them bringing back the King of the Ring and everything. And I was like, as long as the winner doesn't just take up the King gimmick. And what happened?
And
The
he's still
winner
doing it.
just takes
He's
up
done it longer
King.
than just about anybody.
I know. He's up there with like King
I
Jerry
honestly,
Lawler
at
and
one
shit.
point,
you know?
I forgot that Baron Corbin was king, and then I watched like months ago. I watched SmackDown. Here's King Corbin. I'm like, King Corbin. What is Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler doing? They have no beards, and now Steve Cutler's gone. and
They're
Wesley
there.
Blake
They're
is
there
gone.
catching COVID
So-
so he can get fired. That's what they were doing.
Oof. Oh. Yikes.
Too soon.
Eh,
And then next up in the ring, we have Big E taking on or doing a promo. I'm sorry, not taking on. We have Big E doing a promo with Saba Simba.
Look.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Apollo
I
Crews
mean
said
Apollo
he
Crews. I'm
was-
sorry, my bad.
When Apollo Crews said he was a real African American, I was done. I was like, yeah, this feud is done. Because
from
what
what
does that even mean?
From what I've read, it's supposed to be like a what is it? An homage to his original Yuha Nation character.
Yeah, the name he used to have on the Indies. I heard this.
Yeah,
the
and
other
like
day.
even at Fastlane, he was wearing an armband that just said Nation. It didn't
Well-
say Yuha, but it said Nation.
was
the
that
thing
the exact
is-
name that he had?
Yeah, it was
His
Yuha
name was
Nation. It
Yuha
was
Nation.
That is
U-H-
such a better name than Apollo Crews
It
for a
was
Nigerian
U-A-
prince.
UHAA Nation. Yuha.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
much better of a name. Why
Well,
are they
his-
still calling him Apollo Crews? And did he just find out that he's
No,
Is it
was a
Nigerian
slow
prince?
burn heel turn. It was a
The
slow
question,
burn
no,
heel
the bigger
turn,
question I
and
have now is that when I get an email from a Nigerian prince, is Apollo Crews on the other end?
I don't think every Nigerian prince is called
No,
Apollo Crews.
it's actually the Nigerian prince on the other end is actually Sezug Buha. I hope you get that reference, because that's Apollo Crews' actual real name.
Oh.
Sezug
Oh.
Buha.
See, that's
Or
a better
Yuha.
Nigerian prince name than Apollo fucking Crews. The most
can't even
American
pr-
name you can think of.
But look at what his gimmick was before. He might as well have
That's
come
what I
out.
mean. Like,
But
did he just
might as well have come out to Live in America by James Brown with the big Creed gimmick. Like, come on now.
did
And I
he
love
just
how before it was either SmackDown or Fastlane they said it, but I'll mention it here. But they're like Apollo Crews with a new look and a new attitude. His new look is a fucking scarf.
Yeah,
and a spear?
but I mean, and two, like the gimmick would be great, and the promos have been great, all except when he says, "I am a real African American," and there's
Like
big
I get
E's.
what he means by I'm a real African American. I get it, but like I think
Yeah.
right now it's just a little taboo.
Yes, and that's what I was getting at. It's just a little bit taboo to be putting out there, especially when there is no real fans. You don't know how they're going to react come
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
That's true. That's true. I do love that accent though. It reminds me of Booker T and TNA.
Oh God, I hated that
It's
fucking
so
shit,
good.
dude. I hated that Booker T accent shit. Oh God, even in WWE when he was King Booker.
King Booker, at least you could understand. The one in TNA was like, what the fuck did you even just say?
Oh God.
It went right in there with Steiner math, so it had a 79 and an 83rd percent chance of being good.
Oh God. And that leads us into let's just move on. That just leads us into Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler and Bianca. Oh no, it's a no contest. I'm sorry, it's a no contest, so nobody really gives a shit about either one of them. Anyway,
I mean, it's a
Um,
good thing that they didn't have fucking Bianca beat Shayna. Like, that'd be stupid.
why does it really matter if Shayna Baszler loses at this point anymore?
I
was
mean,
gonna
again,
say,
I haven't
she-
really been watching religiously, so I haven't seen her get beat every week for a
Well,
while.
when you lose to Lana, there's really no point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
And in the main event, to determine who becomes the special enforcer at the main event of Fastlane, which we will talk about next, it is Edge versus Jey Uso. Gee, I wonder who's gonna win.
Every
Yeah.
time I have seen Edge wrestle since Royal Rumble 2020, I have cringed with fear every time he goes down. I'm like, oh, please don't die. Oh, please don't die, because I still don't believe that he is 100%.
Every time he has wrestled since Royal Rumble 2020, so you mean like all 2 times?
Yeah.
Well, 3.
To
I'm
be
sorry.
fair, he's not
Maybe
having
3.
like a ton of matches.
But still, he got hurt his second match back. Third match back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Second not including the Royal Rumble, he got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, and then you bring him back to have him win the Rumble, only to seemingly there be a redirection in where they're going with that match.
I get why they want to do Edge and Roman Reigns, but I think I would have preferred to see Edge and Finn Balor, just because I kind of wanted to see Edge like levitate that title higher.
But it's gonna be Edge, Reigns, Bryan.
Is it?
Yeah,
They're
and we'll
doing the
get to
triple
that
threat.
because
Or are they going to
Edge-
have?
We'll get to that because Edge
Yeah.
wins and becomes a special enforcer, which sets up for Fastlane, which was the big pay-per-view this week that happened on Sunday. So let's go ahead and kick off Fastlane here real quick. And that is, let's kick it off with, of course, with the kickoff show. And that was Riddle getting high with Mustafa. No, not Mustafa. Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa. You have to say it like that now, otherwise you get all
Mustafa
Ali, which I gotta say I was watching while I was live on YouTube, and it was a pretty decent match. But here's why sometimes I get annoyed watching WWE is that, like, if I'm watching WWE and I say this, and this is gonna happen, and that exactly plays out, kind of takes away from the fun. And as I was watching Riddle and Ali, I was like, bro, Derek from the top rope. And what happens? Bro Derek from the top rope
match
for the finish. I was like, son of a bitch, man. Like, so Bro Derek from the top rope. And I called it, but the bigger news out of that match was, other than, WWE trying to kill the career that is Ali, Retribution, a once promising group, now split apart. Shelby, you were going to say something about Retribution earlier? Go ahead.
I don't remember what I was going to say now.
Wow.
Other than I guess they seem pointless, and
Well,
they were hyped really big, and then they just fizzled out like right away.
They could have somewhat salvaged that breakup and they still could salvage the whole Retribution story if they had T-Bar, Slapjack, Mace, Reckoning come out, take off their masks, and say who they actually are.
Yeah.
And have them each personally go after Ali. Except for Reckoning, of course. You can go back to NXT or do whatever. Have them each personally go after Ali and have them, even if Ali is going to be a winner of those matches, or if he's only putting them over, at least you're building something out of it.
Yeah, but then that means Ali has to take 3 consecutive losses, and I think he's already taken enough losses. You make him take 3 consecutive losses to 3 of his former stablemates, one being fucking Shane Thorne. You're going to kill him more than you already have.
Him. No, you have him beat Shane Thorne first. You have him lose to Dio Madden via disqualification because he gets upset. And then when he finally goes against Dijakovic, you give him actual time to have a good match, because those two, I think, could do well. But he puts Dijakovic over. Ali can then go to NXT or go to NXT. Dijakovic can have SmackDown because he'll be better there.
Were you going to say Dijakovic to 205 Live?
No, I was going to say to Raw, but I didn't think that would make a lot of sense.
I don't know.
You do
My
a
whole thing
shake
with
up, you move.
my whole thing with Retribution always was, like I've always said, when they came in, they were a house of fire. I thought the chainsaws and the spray paint and everything. Then that shit just went downhill when they're like, we were giving contracts. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna give the people that are destroying our television contracts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're coming in here with
That they can
chainsaws and
wreck it.
spray paint and like, oh fuck, well, let's give him a contract. You know? So like I really got lost in Retribution with that. And then once like Ali was revealed as like I'm the leader, I was just like, okay, all right, we got something here. All right, they're gonna do something with Ali. You know, I like Ali. They're gonna do something with him.
Excuse me.
We got something here. But then once they jobbed out to the Hurt Business in like the first match they had against him, I was like, well, shit, you just want to, you want to just go out to the middle of the ring and stab him at this point?
I laughed at that when they've lost. I was like, oh, great. Retribution might as well be right in there with Raw Underground. We tried this and it didn't work, Tank.
I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, at least like give them one win over Hurt Business to make it seem like they're somewhat of a formidable threat, but no.
And then they jobbed to New Day.
I don't know. I just say kill it at this point. You know,
Yeah.
like
think
the
it's
double choke
already
slam
dead.
or high justice, whatever they fucking call that double team move. That's it. That's the end of Retribution. We don't need no more follow up. Repackage everybody.
Somebody suggested that Mace T-Bar were going to be a tag team called High Justice or whatever that is.
Again, I reiterate, where they high justice Mustafa Ali. That's it. They end it right there. It's done. Repackage
Send them
everybody.
all home for 6 months and bring them back repackaged.
Let them go color in the back for, give them their coloring books and crayons. Let them go back.
Steel
there,
Madden
color for a
can
bit.
come back to commentary and act like nothing happened.
He just sits back down one night.
He takes his mask off. He
Right
takes his
after a
mask
match.
off and just sits down. Hey guys, sorry I've been away.
Hey, you know what
Where's
the funny
Jerry?
thing is? They wouldn't even act like it just was weird. They'd just be
But
like,
it'd be
yeah,
funny.
so
It would be funnier if he was just like, "Where's Jerry? I know Vic's in NXT now. Where's Jerry? Is he cool? He didn't get the Rona or anything. We're good. All right, cool. Deal. Are you okay? Yeah, of course, Tom. What do you mean? Like, well, you seem a little bit lost, as if you've been maced.
oh my god. All right, next segment.
Okay, all right.
We're still on Fastlane, aren't we?
Yeah, we're still on Fastlane. That was
Okay.
just the kickoff show.
Yeah,
All right,
we haven't even got to Fastlane.
Next match is the WWE Women's Tag Team Titles match. Sasha Banks and her opponent for WrestleMania, also her partner, Bianca Belair,
weird.
taking on the tag team champions of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I wrote down here, I was like, it was a decent match, decent women's tag team title match. But now I'm at the ending of it where, of course, Banks and Belair don't get to win because, fuck, who didn't see that one coming? But now Banks just had this killer run as a face, and you figure she's going to be the quote unquote face of SmackDown for the women. But now she's a heel again, and I'm just like, what?
Wait, who'd you say was the heel?
Banks. Banks is
Oh yeah,
slapping.
she slapped. Yeah,
Banks is
I heard
slapping
that.
Belair around, calling her a rookie and shit.
Yeah, somebody said that. I heard somewhere that she was buried, but I don't know if that's buried. I don't know why.
Bury her. Get the fucking shovels, beat her over the head with it, fucking bury her. I don't give a
I
fuck.
just don't know why what did the slap accomplish? And then her just like standing there and like pointing at the WrestleMania, standing there for like a good 30 seconds and then pointing at the WrestleMania sign. It was just like, okay.
Because it's WrestleMania season. You have to point at the sign.
Yeah, I'll get you a WrestleMania. You're only 5 feet away and you just slap me, but I'll get you a WrestleMania instead. Like, what?
And the other note I wrote down here was like, I'm tired of the Reggie thing. I'm tired of it.
I missed most of this. I mean the Reginald stuff, but like from what I could see, especially him on Raw, I really don't like him.
He was the technical term they
sommelier.
use. Yeah, sommelier. That's the technical term, but I'm going to use the term manager. He was the manager for Carmella, but then he got a fucking crush on Sasha Banks, so Carmella fired him. And then he would try to go suck up to Sasha, and Sasha was like, "Get the fuck out!" Smacked him around. But Nia was just like, "Ooh, he cute. We gonna keep him." And now he's with Banks and Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler wants something to do with it.
Well,
I-
neither of them are great at talking, so I mean, they do need. But does this guy even talk?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. But he's got this phony French accent, and it's
Wasn't
It
he
would
like a
make you
gymnast or
think-
something?
it would make you think this were Trish on that date back in 2005, 6, 5? It's 2005. That was the backlash.
All right, next up we go into the Intercontinental Championship where Big E
Huh.
takes on Apollo Crews. And this to me, I mean, y'all may have viewed it differently, but to me, it was a glorified squash with a botched ending.
I
More
thought
or
it was a bit
less.
better than that, but the botched ending. Who was supposed to win that? I mean, I'm pretty sure Big E was supposed to win that match. I don't think he was going to win the
Big E
Intercontinental
was
title.
supposed to win, but from what I saw, Apollo won.
Oh, okay. I couldn't, but I mean, Big E did win though, right?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, he did officially win.
Officially win according to WWE standards, but I'm pretty sure Jessica Carr, the referee for that match, counted a 3 with Apollo. Then the reversal happened and counted some weird 3 with Big E. Because notice how like even Cole and Cole and Graves were just like, oh my god, I got to see a replay on that. They didn't show a
Yeah, they
fucking
weren't too
replay.
sure what happened.
Normally, when like some fuckery happens, they're just like, "Oh, we gotta see a replay on that." And they go to a replay. This one, they're just like, "We ain't showing you shit.
Yeah.
We'll just forget this one didn't happen."
So, how about that replay? I'm like, Cole, what replay, Corey? I don't know what you're talking about.
Replay. Fucking stop talking about it. That's Vince yelling at him. Stop fucking talking about it. Shut up.
It's done.
I mean, it
We're
makes
supposed to stop talking about the replay.
Yeah.
I mean, there was always
Damn
that
it,
match
Michael.
at the Royal Rumble where was it D'Lo Brown and X-Pac?
Yeah. Gangrel and X-Pac.
Gangrel and X-Pac. Yeah. That one was way too obvious though. 1, 2, 3, and then the match just keeps going. Everybody's like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Wrestling
Nick,
scripted.
what'd you think of Big E and Apollo?
Again, Apollo. I have a hard time taking Apollo seriously because he was so smiley for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Big E wasn't, but his gimmick is still kind of the same. But why have Big E whoop ass just to look like a dumbass? Again.
Well, I say to that, like, I don't think it's the smiley thing that's hurting Apollo. I think Apollo is a real big sufferer from being called up too early syndrome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's one of the rare people that's actually stuck around after getting that called up too early syndrome, you know?
Yeah.
All right. I don't think it was after this match, but I do want to mention this. But there was also one of Shelby's favorite wrestlers in a segment here, or Shelby's favorite.
Oh, the Old Spice thing.
Yep.
Yeah, really
See,
right
he knew where I was
afterwards.
going with this.
Fucking
A
Jesus.
24/7 title change in a Old Spice segment where Kira Tozawa confronted the Old Spice man looking for R-Truth. R-Truth comes out of the Old Spice rack, and Average Joe, aka Eric Bungenhagen from NXT or whatever the fuck his name is, wins the 24/7 title for about 5 seconds, maybe less, and then R-Truth wins it back because I know Shubs loves his fucking R-Truth.
He used to be so good as Ron Killings in TNA. Like, man, people hated him, absolutely hated him. And then they brought him here, and it was okay for the first little bit because he was just doing his shtick. And then they turned him heel, and that was kind of okay for a little bit. And he did the fucking little Jimmy thing that could have been really good and turned into a joke, and now it's this. Like,
my bad. This one's on me.
Yeah, that is his bad. Well, it's not even his bad. He's getting paid shit tons of money to do it. So you know what? I'd probably do it too.
Yeah.
Eric Bugenhagen's the air guitar guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we're supposed to have Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon, but
my God,
that match is not going to take place tonight. Instead, we're going to have an Elias concert. We're going to have Elias showing why he should be the musical performance at WrestleMania. again, because hadn't he been trying to do like a musical performance at WrestleMania for like the last 3 years?
Yeah.
So
He always tries to do it and then gets interrupted anyway.
yeah, so he's gonna show why it should be the musical performance at WrestleMania, but Shane McMahon of all people cuts him off and says, "Oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna be in the match." Which again, who didn't see that one coming?
Yeah.
And again, if Shelby did not think that Big E and Apollo was a glorified squash, he has to think that Strowman and Elias was a squash.
Wow. I mean, yeah. That's. Are you kidding me? They're not going to put Elias over Braun Strowman.
Oh come on!
At this point, there was a time where I think they would have actually given him a competitive match against
Look.
Strowman, but
Braun's getting slimed down.
yeah. If
I
Braun
just-
didn't look strong in this match, it would have been bad for him.
I actually want to see Shane win at WrestleMania. Just so he could be like, I told you so. And then
I told you you were stupid.
We just move on from this whole thing like it never happened.
I
I would love for that to be like the ending. Like he actually beats Braun somehow and then he gets on the mic all out of breath. Just I told you you were stupid. And then just walks away.
That would be
Yeah.
incredible, actually. That would be such a swerve.
No.
Like, just wow.
I told you you were stupid. Here comes the money.
Here comes
And then he just does his dance up the ramp.
Does he even do the dance anymore?
he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, we have Seth Rollins, no longer the Messiah, I don't believe, but he's just
Which was
he's
man.
burn it down,
this
Seth
is-
again.
He has the vision. He's the visionary.
Oh, the visionary Seth. Okay.
Follow the vision.
And he's going to be taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, which I will say, good match. I think the finish was really awkward.
What was the finish?
The finish was like Seth hits this really sweet looking like kick, like he steps up on Shinsuke's knees, then kicks him in the back of the head, and it's like, oh wow, that's really cool. And then it was kind of like, remember WrestleMania 19 where Triple H hits like a pedigree on Booker T, and then like 60 seconds later he pins him.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. It was like Seth hits this really cool kick on Shinsuke, and then they lay there for a few. It's like, oh yeah, that was awesome. And then Seth gets up, hits the stomp, it's over. I know the stomp is his finish, but like I'm just like, you waited that long to hit it. I was expecting a kick out.
Well, the vision.
Is that all you have for that?
Yeah.
Okay. But I will say this. I'm glad that they are turning I have right here Nakamura face again. I don't think that man
Yeah.
should ever be heel again. He should be a face
No.
forever. You know, don't ever turn
Yeah,
him
he's
heel.
like he's the Japanese wrestler in that company. I think he has to be a babyface.
Plus the theme music. You know,
Yeah,
I
like
the
everybody
rap.
loved singing along to that theme music. I don't know why. Like he had one bad match and like they turned him heel just to see if that would work better, and it didn't. Like
I just didn't like that rap over his theme music. It was stupid.
yeah, it was awkward, and I mean it's all in Japanese, right? So like
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it means nothing to us.
all right. So next up we have the feud that never ends. It's Drew McIntyre taking on Sheamus. in a
My
ro-
God, this was the second worst match on the show,
Really? You
in
think?
my opinion. Yeah, it just there was so many like long, boring points where they were fighting next to those stupid screens. It just and like I don't know. I'm just done with like no holds barred matches and stuff. It's just like bring out the weapons and hit each other with them.
Hey, I'm all for a good, no holds barred match. I mean, come on, look at
That's not even no holds barred though.
look
No
at
holds
Baker.
barred means you can just do whatever move you want. It doesn't mean you can bring out a fucking weapon.
Look
like-
at Baker and Thunder Rosa though. That match was fire.
Sure.
That was oh.
I mean, like, I wrote here in my notes. I'm just like, tired of feud. An okay match. I wrote, but still great match. But I guess I'll give you okay. But stop the feud. That's it. I'm done with you. That's pretty much all I have here.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right. This
This is the worst.
yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Next up, believe it or not, a singles contest, an intergender contest between the Apex Predator Randy Orton and whatever the hell, I don't know what her little nickname is here, but we'll just say Alexa Bliss.
I'm pretty sure that's just what she's called, isn't it?
No, she has like another moniker now that she does this fiendish like thing. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but anyway, I'm just gonna read you guys the notes that I wrote down here. Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. Bliss and Orton, what the fuck are the rules? And then I wrote down, what the fuck in general?
Yeah.
And then I wrote down, the Fiend, is he back or not? Because they clearly said on the Monday before Fastlane, she's like, I'm bringing a friend with me, but not him. And then he shows up. So like that's pretty much all I wrote down, because like they're on the outside they're on the outside of the ring for like, I swear to God, it felt like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there's outside interference from the Fiend, and the ref counts to 3. So I'm just like, what the fuck are the rules?
Yeah. You didn't mention the pin though.
Oh yeah, and then, Alexa Bliss straddles Randy Orton, which, I mean, I guess technically he wins the match, I guess.
Apparently Randy's wife went on Twitter and was like saying something about it too.
Yeah,
I guess
I heard Randy's wife was pissed about that.
So I mean, I like the character that Alexa Bliss is trying to portray. But like, come on, shooting fireballs out of your fucking hands, like, what is this shit? Jesus Christ.
Again, if I was looking for Toxic Crusader playsets on the internet, that is what I would get from Wish.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
the
look doesn't bother me. I get what they're going for the look. He was burned alive, and this is probably what it would look like if he was burned alive and came back. I get that. It's just that, like, the whole setup for him coming back, I'm just like, what this? Okay, if we're really going to go forward with a Bliss versus Orton quote unquote match, then like technically Randy Orton won because A, there was outside interference, and B, he got rode by Alexa Bliss. I think that's a win-win.
He definitely wasn't upset, I think, when he saw what he was doing, because he didn't do too much.
I know, right?
And he got paid a lot of money to do it.
Because apparently when you have an intergender match in WWE now, the outside interference is allowed. There's no countouts because they're, like I said, they're on
let's face it, they weren't actually gonna have Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. That wasn't gonna happen.
Hey,
did this match the belly?
This is a match, but they were on the outside for like 5 minutes. Randy Orton walking around. Oh yeah, and then like apparently Alexa Bliss has psychic powers now because she can bring down lighting.
Yeah, I know, right? That was
the Undertaker could shoot lightning from the rafters.
I am more believable in the Undertaker being able to shoot lightning than Alexa Bliss being able to bring down fucking lighting fixtures with her eyes
and shoot fire from her hands.
Well, and somehow somebody being still alive, even though they were burned.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
you don't generally live from those things.
If they were gonna do it, they should have done it right with bringing the Fiend back and actually like brought like a half like mask, like a Two-Face type deal, and the gimmick is all morphed together. So he's half Bray Wyatt, he's got half the yellow braids, and then he's got half the Fiend mask still intact, and then he's got his pants are all like shorts or like polka dots or something, but he's still he's portraying it's a split personality at that point.
Polka dots? What the fuck is it? What is he? Dusty Rhodes now?
I thought you were going to say that, but like kind of tweak the gimmick a little bit to still keep it the way it was, but as if the Fiend is actually starting to impede on his personality overall. So he's like Two-Face, but half of his gimmick is like half of himself is showing. So he's wearing the sweater and the clown pants and half the mask. He's got half of his hair showing. Alexa's like trying to separate the two like a buddy love Sherman Club type deal, and it doesn't work out. It just turns into this big. Yeah,
See,
that wouldn't work
that
either.
idea, I just think, I mean, no offense, but I just think it sounds more convoluted than it needed to be.
Oh yeah, as I think about it now, it wouldn't have worked out in the end
Yeah.
anyway. So they should have just scrapped the whole gimmick altogether. And
Yeah.
just started and just waited with Bray, because the Fiend is they jumped the shark.
I think with Bray, like, because I know Bray is kind of the mastermind behind this whole Fiend thing. I just think it's Bray, like, he has a good idea. So he came up with the Fiend thing, and he pitches it, and they're just like, yeah, we like this Fiend thing. Go ahead, do it. So then they give him like creative control over it. So he does the Fiend thing, but I just think it's like he's just sitting somewhere in the back, and he's just like, you know, it'd be a good idea. I just fucking burn them alive, and then they do it, and then it's just like, oh, you know what else would be a cool idea? But like whenever he thinks of something that would work, he just does it, and then like he to quote Jim Cornette, he usually uses it for like gimmick matches, but like I'll use it here for Bray Wyatt, and that is putting a hat on top of a hat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hat on a hat.
I don't know, and I think that's what Bray Wyatt's doing here. You know, like, I mean, he has a hat. Like, fine, you're good. You don't need to put another hat on top of a hat here. I mean, like, the Fiend thing was fine. You have happy-go-lucky Bray Wyatt in the Playtime Funhouse, whatever the fuck, and then you have the Fiend. You know, that's just me. All right, in the main event of the evening, Daniel Bryan challenging for the Universal title against Roman Reigns, and probably the most boring match of the night, because I think I fell asleep about 3 times during this match. That's not a joke.
I didn't mind it.
I fell asleep. I just kept falling asleep.
Well, that's probably because it's a goddamn 3-hour show, and you just saw like a bullshit match that meant nothing. Like, goddamn, 3 hours. Like, if you count up the amount of, and like, I get it. I didn't watch the shows from start to finish. I watched highlights videos. But if you watched that much wrestling this week, that's like 12 hours of your life gone. Like, Jesus Christ.
And imagine if you watched everything. So you got to think,
Well,
okay,
like,
let's start on Sunday. Okay, so if you watch Fastlane, then Raw, then Dark Elevation, then Dark, then Dynamite, then NXT, then MLW. I'll throw MLW in there. Oh, Impact.
You forgot Back for the Attack, NWA.
Oh yeah, NWA Back to the Attack, MLW,
and then their weekly show.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Oh no, NWA doesn't have a weekly show right now.
No, it came back this week.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to come back after the pay-per-view. I haven't seen it.
And then finally SmackDown, and then
NXT UK.
NXT UK. That's a
205 Live.
ROH.
Main event.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on.
I mean, this show is already running long. We're not even on Raw, Smack, or Raw.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Dynamite
some
yet.
sort of dumpy paper.
So just imagine if like we did all those shows, people.
Now let's remember. So all I'll say about the Fastlane main event is that I really hope that they swerve everybody at Mania and Reigns retains, regardless of if the match is singles or if it's a triple threat. I just think they're really going to spoil what Reigns has been doing if he loses.
Here's what I wrote down. I wrote down boring for the match. 3-way. It seems like they're going 3, but then I wrote down Uso / how come they don't want me?
Yeah.
I'm just like, why not throw Uso in there? Let's just make it a 4-way. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Well, what if they did this instead? What if they had Daniel Bryan and Edge go at it first thing on the show? And then the winner got to fight Roman Reigns.
So we just then they made WrestleMania 30 all over again.
Exactly. That's what I think they might be doing.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I don't really like the idea of a triple threat between them either.
I say fatal 4-way. That's me.
I think fatal 4-way and Jay pulling off the upset win. Right?
Well, I don't know about Jay getting the upset win, but
I think that would be a good way to go. And then you have Reigns take it back from Jay, similar to Triple H beating Orton.
Yeah, maybe.
When Orton beat Benoit. That's just me, though.
Yeah, hey, everybody has a different opinion. All right, so that was Fastlane, and our review wasn't fast, But the next time, maybe next time to make it a little faster, I got to ask you guys a question here, and that is, do you guys like drinks?
I like a drink every now and then.
You like drinks? Do you like energy drinks, Shelby?
Do I have to?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Well,
I
then
love
you
energy
should.
drinks.
Then you should definitely drink our sponsor, which is Raze Energy Drink. That is RAZE, Raze Energy Drink. And if you go to repsports.com and get Raze Energy Drink or anything on repsports.com and use the discount code ARTIST, you will save 15% at checkout. And if you get Raze Energy Drink, you'll not only be hydrated, you'll be energized as well. And the next time we talk about a long show like Fastlane, we're going to zip right through that shit. So remember, repsports.com, use checkout code ARTIST and save 15% here. And also our other sponsor, hey Nick, do you like drugs?
We're not doing this.
Yeah, the man kind of has a point.
Hey Shelby, do you like drugs?
No, say no to drugs, kids.
You should say no to drugs, but say yes to our sponsor, Crystal Meth. And if you ever want a good drug that's going to make your heart pound at a pound a second, make you get arrested naked and see animals that aren't there, then give it up for Crystal Meth.
Fair enough.
Sure to look for Ricky on the corner. Tell him that the artist sent you. Get 10% off. All right. All right. So before we get into Raw and the other shows that I can't remember.
Yeah.
We are going to do another feature here, and that is the Sportster list of the week. And that is where I find a list from the sportster.com. And we just hopefully quickly discuss. Shelby's already like, no, this ain't going to be quick.
Yeah, it's not happening.
But the list we have found this week is a top 13. So there we go. Every battle royal in WrestleMania history ranked.
Jesus.
Oh,
only 13 of them. So coming in at number 13, and we're going to see if we agree, disagree, see if anything needs to be lower, higher, anything like that. So coming in at number 13, bottom of the list, the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal from WrestleMania 25.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a battle royal, and it's
Well,
it was won by a man.
They promised a return of several ladies from the past, including soon to be Hall of Famer Molly Holly. While that did happen, it got no fanfare. Every woman came out during a Kid Rock concert. Nobody asked for and got no official introductions. The match itself was a mess. The camera missed a bunch of rush spots, and it ended with Santino Marella winning it while dressed as a woman.
And number 12.
Number 12 is the Tag Team Battle Royal from WrestleMania 14. I disagree with this one.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I mean, I've always enjoyed watching this Battle Royal. The only thing that bothers me about Tag Team Battle Royals is that I never like if your partner's eliminated, you're eliminated. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't like
that.
Well,
is that not the one where they had like the last two people in it were the tag team, or am I thinking of a different one?
That's a different one. That was on the Heat before WrestleMania 15.
Oh, okay.
This was the opening match of WrestleMania 14 that was won by Legion of Doom 2000, making their re-debut with Sonny as their manager.
Yeah, well,
This also had great tag teams in it, like Bradshaw and Chains and Flash Funk and Steve Blackman.
I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't say.
It was all. I mean, WWF tag teams are pretty shit at that point, so they just threw guys together, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it at number 12, but it wouldn't be number 1 either.
No.
Coming in at number 11 is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the year the Big Show was the winner.
Switch that with the tag team.
Really, you think so?
Yeah.
I think this one should be a little higher too.
No, I don't, because really, they wrecked it with Miss Dow. They wrecked it with Miz. This Big Show never should have touched a Battle Royal win. They should have kept that gimmick that he never won a Battle Royal. They should have.
I see your point. I see the Miz Dow thing and everything, but all right, I see your point. Coming in at number 10. This one I actually forgot about until I was reading this list, and that is the WWE versus NFL Battle Royal from WrestleMania 2.
Oh shit.
Yeah, see?
See,
Yeah,
that one I
forgot
would
about it
like
too,
higher
yeah.
too. Yeah. See, I would like that one higher too, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I will put that one on.
I just
Well, okay,
started watching
but here,
WrestleMania 2
let me put it to you like this, okay? Other than the fridge pulling out Big John Studd, name another spot in that match. I rest my case.
But I mean, the fridge is in the Hall of Fame, so there's
But
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, y'all are saying like, oh, this should be higher, but y'all can't name another spot from that match other than
Battle Royal. How many spots can you name from a Battle Royal?
Oh,
there are so many that are just not memorable because they happen in every Battle Royal. Like,
true, yeah.
It's a Battle Royal.
All right, coming in at number 9 is the WrestleMania 4 Trophy Battle Royal. That was won by Bad News Brown.
I don't know much about this one.
Really?
I haven't seen WrestleMania 4.
It came down to Bret Hart and Bad News Brown, who they thought were going to team up and win it. But then Bad News Brown eliminates Bret Hart, and Bret Hart destroys the trophy afterwards.
Yeah.
Sore loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad News Brown, I think, really got a bad rep. I really enjoyed his work.
Yeah, I think he could have definitely been a lot more than what he was. And I would actually put. See, I'm surprised the gimmick battle royal hasn't come up yet.
Coming in at number 8, gimmick battle royal.
Nice. I say that's about right.
Yep.
Great segue.
That's about right.
Let's see here. Fans got to relive the absurdity of the Goon, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Kamala, Repo Man, and more. They even got Bobby Heenan and Mean Gene on commentary. The only thing that bothered me,
Jim Cornette
and
Jim Cornette was in it. The only thing that bothered me about the gimmick battle royal, I don't think the Iron Sheik should have won.
I don't think
Who
so.
do you think should have won?
Anybody but Sheik.
Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette. He wouldn't even take
great.
that. He wouldn't take it though.
Kimchi.
Maybe like Sergeant Slaughter. He was in that, wasn't he?
No, Kimchi.
Kimchi.
Why?
Kimchi randomly wins, and it's like, wait, what?
Who the fuck was Kimchi?
He was the wrangler for Kamal.
No, I meant just people saying that when he won.
No,
because I mean that was like wrestling in like that was 2001, I guess. Yeah, so I mean nobody at that point would know who he was.
Coming in at number 7 is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal from 2018, the year Matt Hardy won.
Jesus, I forgot that he won one.
Yeah, it was the year where Bray Wyatt, after the, what was it, the
Bray turned face.
Yeah, but it was after, what was the deletion called?
Oh,
Ultimate.
Was it the Ultimate Deletion? After the Ultimate Deletion, Bray Wyatt went away for a while, and it came down to Jinder Mahal and Mojo Rawley. Yeah. And Bray Wyatt returned to help eliminate both of them, and Matt Hardy won in the end. I think this one should be ranked a little lower.
Yeah. It was more about Hocus Pocus than it was about even the trophy. It just...
All right. Coming in at number 6 is the first ever WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal.
The fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal. Oh boy.
This one featured the likes of Bianca Belair, Ty Conti, who is now in AEW, Dakota Kai, Peyton Royce, Kavita Devi, and Kairi Sane from NXT, as well as a list of others.
Oh, well, you know.
Who won it again?
Who won that one? That was won by Naomi.
Oh.
The finish was lame, according to the Sportster, as Naomi hid for some of the match and threw out Bailey to win. A very un-babyface-like move.
I was gonna say Naomi hid. Isn't she been like a babyface for most of her career?
I hated that match.
Really?
Yep, I hated it.
I liked the NXT girls in there because I liked all of them except for Belair, of course. But all
I
the rest
didn't
of
like
them,
Naomi.
I don't know why. I have a real thing for Kavita Devi, the Indian chick. I don't know why. I was really mad she wasn't on that Superstars India Spectacular Super Show, whatever the fuck it was called.
You know, you say that,
Oh, for me, it's Shanna Baszler, but
You have a thing for Shanna Baszler?
I'm sorry.
And people get on me for liking Nia Jax.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Fight me, doughboy.
You calling me doughboy? The fuck?
Yeah.
Fight me, Jimmy Lawyer.
Yeah, all right, fair
All
enough.
right, all right. Coming in at number 5 is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the year Braun Strowman won, that also included Saturday Night Live stars Colin Jost and Michael Chi.
I mean,
to
that
be
was like
lower.
a big high point for Braun Strowman's career at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like, was there really a chance of anybody else? The only other people I could really saw winning that year was Colin Jost or Michael Chi,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't have put it past them.
Yeah, no.
Really.
Me either.
But
then they
really,
just-
but number 5 for a
It shouldn't
battle
have
royal
been.
that we all were pretty sure Braun Strowman was going to win.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay. This one right here, I, in my opinion, I think should be at least number 2. But coming in at number 4, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal from 2016. That was the year Baron Corbin won.
Yeah, and put it up higher. That was
Also
good.
featuring the likes of Diamond Dallas Page, Tatanka, and Shaquille O'Neal.
I like that.
Yeah, that one's one of my favorites.
I was surprised. I was really pleasantly surprised by that. It was very late at night, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go to sleep." And then the Battle Royal, my that was awesome. And then
Yeah.
I was awake for another 4 hours.
Number 3, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal from 2017. The year, who won this one? Oh, the year Mojo Rawley won.
Damn it, Gronk.
Oh, fucking Gronk.
Gronk was supposed to be. He was supposed to have left football, and then he gets.
I know, and then he went
24/7
back and
title
was,
to piece.
yeah.
Apparently,
Thanks for the belt.
it came down to Mojo Rawley and Killian Dane and Jinder Mahal. That's who it came down to.
Oh, see, and even we speak of Gronk, I have seen the WrestleMania Rob Gronkowski action figure. I'm like, that is shit. Oh my god, $24.97. I'm like, why would anybody? What? Why?
I think this one should be ranked way lower.
I honestly, I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen any of these Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royals because they're
That
always
was-
on the pre-show, aren't they?
That was so awful. Mojo wins, and they do nothing.
This one right here, I'm really surprised is number 2. I mean, I like it, but I'm really surprised it's number 2. But that is the women's WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, the year that Carmella won.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it was a good one. I enjoyed it. It was another fake out where people thought Sarah Logan won, but then Carmella snuck in, threw her out, won the thing.
But that means that the first Andre is number 1.
Do what?
Doesn't that mean that the first Andre Memorial Battle Royal is number 1?
Number 1, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal from WrestleMania 30. The winner being Cesaro, aka the worst wasted potential ever.
Yeah.
All right, so that was our Sportster list of the week there.
I disagree with that being number 1 for the simple fact that it is now 2021. We're 7 years post his Andre Battle Royal win, and if he won this year, which I don't even know if they're going to do it because he's got a match with Rollins, but he would be at the same spot.
Yep.
If there was a Battle Royal and he won, he would be the exact same. And
I hear they're bringing it back this year, the women's battle royal, and
Really?
that's what I've heard.
They're
I heard
actually
they're
gonna do
bringing
it,
back.
eh?
That's what I've heard. So overall, not a bad list. I would move a couple around here and there, but some of them seem to be in the right place. All right.
I would agree.
All right. So before we get to Raw again, so hey Nick, do you like drugs? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so let's get into Raw here. 3 hours of fucking Raw.
Yeah, great fun.
And we're going in Raw.
My highlight
Raw
video that I
results.
watched was an hour long. Like Jesus Christ.
You could have just watched the YouTube clips.
Well,
Here are my thoughts. Here are my general thoughts as I read the results and even reading the results. I'm like, it's like watching 3-hour mess of garbage that is Monday Night Raw. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander have not accompanied Lashley to the ring very much anyway, so I don't buy that he would needed them and that there needed to be a match to ban them from ringside. Lashley shouldn't lose at Mania. I can't buy McIntyre as a believable threat to Bobby Lashley simply or vice versa. Rather, Lashley is a believable threat because Drew McIntyre already beat him at Payback. What was it with Payback last year? Or was it
No, I think
Backlash?
Backlash.
Backlash. It was Backlash. I mean, it's just Lashley's reign is going to be spoiled because they have to repeat something that shouldn't be repeated anyway, because I think the ship has sailed through, unfortunately.
I wrote here for Lashley and Sheamus being the opening match. I just wrote in big capital letters. Again?
Yeah, no, exactly. Again.
it's
They're
nice to see
heels.
Lashley with the belt, though.
But it's going to be spoiled because they just want to give McIntyre
Yeah, because they
highlight.
said last year that they were going to take the belt off of Drew at some point just so they could give him a moment in front of the crowd since he didn't get one last year.
I just wish, seeing if they were going to do it that way, they should have just kept it on Miz and had Bad Bunny fights, and that's another thing.
Or they should have just kept it on Orton.
We'll get the Bad Bunny because I got something to say about that. And her business looks like they're planting seeds for a breakup, and that's what I put in. I put her business breakup ?
Why?
Exactly. That's where I was going with it.
That's the best thing they've got right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
This is something we've actually talked about before in our group chat, because for those of you who don't know, listening at home, me, Shelby, and Nick, we actually have a group chat that we talk about random shit in. But for the next match here, Asuka versus Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce trying to get a chance to shine, but I think we're all in agreement that, believe it or not, as of right now, Peyton Royce is the Jannetty of this tag team.
Unfortunately.
Which nobody saw coming.
No.
And then afterwards, we get Rhea Ripley making her official Raw debut, which I don't, whatever. I'm not even going to get into the logistics of that. But she challenges Asuka for WrestleMania. And did anybody think Asuka was going to say no for a second?
Yep.
I thought so too. Because she was like, you're not ready for Asuka. I was like, oh, the bitch is going to say no. And she was like, see you there. I was like, damn.
Can she stop doing this weird gimmick that she does where she just like over exaggerates everything she fucking says? Like, oh my God, it is the most annoying thing I have seen on this television.
But you're not ready for Asuka.
And she's like dancing and laughing and all this other bullshit. And it's like, no, I don't care about Asuka. You got it wrong. Like,
I just wish.
I don't care about Asuka. You got it wrong.
I just say, and now Funaki, SmackDown #1.
Yeah, okay. So let's just make her an announcer then and be done with it. Fuck.
So, like, at this point, like, should they just hand the title to Rhea Ripley? Because I'm sure that's where it's going.
Yeah.
Because, like, the way that Asuka acts, I'm not interested in this match.
I agree.
I don't want to see a 12-year-old girl fight a fucking monster.
I'm just pissed because this match was originally supposed to be Lacey Evans defending against Charlotte, and I'm really pissed.
Was it really?
Yeah. Lacey was scheduled to win the title at Extreme Rules. Or not Extreme Rules, I'm sorry. Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber, and then she was going to defend it against Charlotte at WrestleMania. That was the original plan.
I mean, I think Asuka versus Ripley is a better match.
Yeah.
I just don't really like. I just. She's not a serious character. She's not a serious wrestler anymore. Like, it's
Shall we say that it is her brutality, if you will?
This is her brutality. Okay. All right, next up, we have why the fuck did they do Miz TV and the Dirt Sheet? Why do we have two separate shows?
Because TV time.
Right. So we get Miz TV. There's Miz TV with John Morrison, then there's the Dirt Sheet with the Miz and John Morrison.
Why didn't they just bring the Dirt Sheet back and be done with it? Like,
they do every now and then. Next week,
but why isn't it just that?
Exactly. I don't know. But anyway, during this episode of the Miz TV, the Miz finally challenges Bad Bunny, hip hop superstar, to a match at WrestleMania. And the only note that I wrote down for this is just, where's Damian Priest? These two have been attached to the hip.
Where's the guy that actually wrestles?
Well, I'm just like, these two have been attached to the hip since like Royal Rumble, and then like the week that he gets challenged, he's nowhere to be seen.
Yep.
You know?
Like John Morrison's just sitting there. He's like a sidekick now to the Miz.
I just have like this fucking vision of Damian Priest sitting in the back with his arm curls, like, motherfucker gets to go to WrestleMania and I don't.
Well, no. So what it is that Damian Priest and John Morrison are both working hurt. So because the injuries have been aggravated, they're keeping them off of the official match card, and they're going to be just in the supporting corners of his.
But it still doesn't explain why he didn't show up on Raw to at least like support his boy. Like, yeah, you got a match at WrestleMania. Oh, you know, the
They needed TV time for next week, though.
Yeah. And that leads us into The Miz versus Jeff Hardy. And I wrote a one-word statement next to this match. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
That's it.
Because they need to fill time, and Miz needed a match to.
I'm waiting for Jeff Hardy is All Elite. Next.
God,
that leads us into a very funny segment, in my opinion, which was Styles and Kingston. And first, Kingston revealing that Styles knows nothing about Amos, which I actually got one of the questions right about Amos, which was, what's his favorite WWE superstar? Oh, the phenomenal AJ Styles. I'm like, he's going to say Andre the Giant, isn't he?
Yep.
And then boom, he said it. So I thought that was pretty funny. But I will say good chemistry between Styles and Kingston. I thought these two were pretty good. But Amos, whatever.
Osmosis.
The tall black man is going to be
Amos.
making his WrestleMania debut
The
at
doorman for Raw Underground with his partner.
Didn't they
AJ
try to do the
Styles.
same thing with Nathan Jones?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So is this going to become a handicap match?
No. It was Matt Morgan and there was
No,
Matt
it was
Morgan
Nathan
and
Jones.
Carlito, but Nathan Jones, Nathan
Yeah.
Jones and the Undertaker.
But I wrote down here, I wrote Amos Fandango factor, by which I mean he's going to debut at WrestleMania, but we saw how well that worked out for Fandango.
Well, what I see happening, I think I had heard this. I don't know if it was a podcast or if it was on YouTube. I heard it, but I think something like Amos. So Styles is going to start the match, but Amos is just going to reach in and tag. And Styles is going to be like, what the hell, man? Like, what are you doing? He's just going to step in. And Kingston's going to be like, look at this guy. And then Amos is just going to whoop his ass. And within 30 seconds, they'll be tag team champions. Everybody's going to be like,
Or maybe Styles is taken out before the match, and then it's Amos and Great Khali.
oh, or Amos takes Francesca too.
Just bring back Nathan Jones. He
and
still
puts
isn't
it
in his
in
WrestleMania
and
match.
sticks it up Xavier Woods' ass and turns it into a popsicle.
Almost versus Nathan Jones. That's what we need.
Nathan, the Colossus of Fargo Road.
Last scene in WWE films is The Condemned, starring Steve Austin. Find now in your Walmart parking deck nationwide.
Next up, we have Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, and a stipulation for WrestleMania. Oh boy, what's it going to be? Is it going to be a cage match? Is it going to be Hell in a Cell? Is it going to be a street fight? No, if Drew wins, they're banned from ringside. Oh boy.
Again, MVP is the only one that consistently has accompanied Bobby Lashley at ringside, so it was hard for me to get invested into something that wouldn't have been a factor anyway.
This just falls into my my category of OG. I wonder who's going to win. I just wrote next to it, OG.
Yeah.
So
OG.
obviously Drew McIntyre picks up the win.
Yep.
This one here, we get the women's tag team champions, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, taking on Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, which how many times are they going to kill this fucking tag team of Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose?
until one of them quits the company and they can fire the other one.
I'm just like, damn it, man. Like every time it looks like they're gonna do something with them, give them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Nia Jax.
Even move Otis over to Raw and have him fight Mandy again. Oh yeah, and then
oh yeah,
he just hangs out with Mandy and Dana, and they're like his cheerleaders.
We get Heavy Machinery back together, and we're back and rolling, man.
Actually, yeah, you could have Tucker and Dana and Otis and Mandy, and they could conquer both tag divisions, and everything would be fine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Nia Jax and shit. I like the long, luscious hair and the big ass titties. I like them. But
Chad Gable can be Chad Gable, and all is right with the world.
Jason Jordan can wheel his ass out in a wheelchair and tag
me. He could manage.
Sure Jason Jordan. Walk.
Jason Jordan could manage Chad Gable.
But I'm sick and tired of seeing
Alpha Academy.
I'm just tired of seeing Dana Brooke and Mandy like team together, and then they just keep losing. And now it looks like they're gonna give fucking Naomi and Lana another tag match.
Is that who that was? I didn't even know who that was.
Which, don't get me wrong, I love when they were putting Lana through a table every fuck week. I loved that ass off.
That was fantastic.
That was the best shit I've seen all week. Like
I would watch Raw and just be like, oh, please tell me that I just put Lana through a table tonight.
The first 2 weeks, I was like, this is a coincidence. And then the third week, when they did like the women's battle royal and like Lana was eliminated, I was like, oh, here it comes. And then like they put her ass to a table again. I was like, yes, oh, this is great. They did it for 9 weeks straight.
I know. Yeah.
That was the best thing.
That was fantastic.
Next up, we have a rematch from Fastlane. That was Strowman versus Elias. I'll admit, I turned off the fucking TV. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Did they play when he does his run around the ring?
They played a train noise, yeah.
They fucking played a train noise.
Did they really?
5 years. Yes. Yep. Yes.
I gotta go back.
I'm not 5 years old. Stop doing this.
I gotta go back.
Why am I watching?
The Strowman Express.
Yeah. Fuck. I get it, man. The running around the ring thing's cool, but he does it all the time now, and it's
Disney is gonna buy WWE.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Vince would like that because he wanted to be the Walt Disney of wrestling, right? So
Stephanie has already spoke of Disney potentially owning it. Don't put it past.
Yeah. I could see him putting that in his will not to sell it to them.
I'd be shocked if Disney would even want to buy it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if I would be shocked if they did buy it. It's a huge marketing thing, right? Like they'd make a ton of money off selling like John Cena shit and making animated specials of John Cena and Scooby-Doo and John Cena and Mickey Mouse.
Warner Brothers.
John Cena, whoever the fuck else. Yeah, they'll own
John Cena
Warner
and the
Brothers
Muppets.
John Cena and the fucking Muppets.
John Cena, the WWE universe versus the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll admit, I'd watch that.
I'd watch that too. Yeah, I'd watch that.
Oh yeah, speaking of, off topic, well, kind of still on topic. I was at Goodwill the other day, and they had the DVD of WWE Slam City, so I bought that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that was Raw, but no, there's actually one more segment, and that is the Yeti. The Yeti, Bliss, and Orton.
Oh, I was like,
the Yeti.
I'll be honest. Like I said, I turned off the fucking TV at Strowman and Elias, so you guys are gonna have to fill me in on this one.
Fuck. What even happened?
I read Monday Night Raw, and they basically declared Orton versus The Fiend. That was it.
Well,
Alexa laughed a little bit. And
Alexa brings out this fucking Jack in the Box, and she opens it up, and the Jack or whatever you want to call it pops out, and then I think the Fiend just randomly showed up, and then Orton I remember now. Orton poured gasoline on the Fiend because he was gonna light him on fire, and then when the Fiend moved closer to him, he gave him an RKO, and I don't remember what else happened, but I think the Fiend was.
The Fiend got back up. There's a mandible claw.
Yeah, the gasoline was just like, what the fuck? You're gonna try and burn him again? You already burned him once and he came back.
Well, but I mean, fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah, right.
Burning them once didn't work. So you know what? Let me try burning them again.
Let's try really burning them this time.
Yeah, we'll singe them.
All right,
I'm
so
not
that's gonna
calling
lead
the
us
fire
to.
department.
So that's going to lead us to Orton and the Fiend, and from what I've heard, possibly a Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania.
So a cinematic bullshit match at WrestleMania.
Oh, so you're not a fan of the cinematics?
No.
Really? None of them?
No. I haven't seen too many of them. Man, I've seen clips of some of them, like the stupid one they had in AEW at the fucking football arena or whatever the hell it was, and then like
the
the
one
swamp
Jim Cornette
one.
called the what did Jim Cornette call it? The football
fuckery.
I liked it, but I just like the way he called it. The football fuckery.
Like, don't get me wrong, the Undertaker AJ one was kind of cool. So was the John Cena the Fiend one. That was kind of cool, but like
my favorite was probably the Money in the Bank in the headquarters. That was probably my favorite.
Oh, that's cool too. Yeah, I wrote that match fucking 10 years ago. I swear to God, I wrote that match.
Baron Corbin throwing the weight truth.
Baron Corbin trying to reach for the women's Money in the Bank and shit.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on over to our last show for the evening here, and that is Dynamite.
Motherfucker, I asked you if we were doing NXT, and you said we were.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. Oh, shit, my bad. I forgot we're doing NXT. Shit, my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. Not our last show for the evening. We're doing about 2 more shows. I'm sorry, my mistake. But so let's just move on over to Dynamite first then. Because I think NXT had the better show this week, so I think I'm going to do Dynamite first. So first match is a title eliminator match. I love how they just declare these number 1 contender matches eliminator matches now, but whatever.
What the hell is an eliminator match?
It's derivative.
Well, at first it was a tournament, and now, like, if you want a chance to fight for the world title, you fight the world champion, and they call it an eliminator match.
So basically, it's win or you're no longer a contender.
Okay.
And since Kenny Omega went up against Mike Sydal.
Matt Sydal.
Oh, was it Matt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it sure was Matt Sydal. Oh, okay. Well, still, we all know who wins that one.
Like, I mean,
so does that mean that, like, Matt Sydal
would win that match? But Matt Sydal, they did put on a good match. I will say that. I like that.
Does that mean Matt Sydal can't challenge for the title as long as Kenny Omega's champion then?
No, it's just mean he's not a contender.
He's not a contender right now. Like, he just like he'll be dark matches.
Right.
Yeah, he'll be on AEW Dark Elevation or Dark, one of their fucking 87 matches they have per show.
Jesus Christ, why do they need so many shows?
Because they have so many guys employed.
They do.
It's not even
they
that. Like, no, because like when they first started Dark, even when they had like a fucking deep roster, Dark used to be 3, maybe 4 matches long. Yeah. Then the pandemic happened, so they were like, you know what? Let's just make it like 84 matches long, and then people will watch. Like every match on a Dark card is a I wonder match. You just look at who's in it, and you're just like, I wonder who's gonna win. They have like maybe 2 matches out of 15 where you're just like, this one could go either way. But every other match, it's just like, Brian Cage is going to take on, Ricky Garrison. Oh, I wonder who's going to win this.
But then you get a match like Griff Garrison versus Cesar Bononi, and it's like, hey.
Okay, this one could go either way.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit there for 2 hours and watch 14 bullshit matches just for 2 of them that could go either way.
Yeah, I know.
Hence why we're not doing Dark or Dark Elevation.
Thank you.
Speaking of Cesar Bononi, Hangman Adam Page taking on Cesar Bononi. I believe Adam Page is one of your guys, Shelby.
I like Adam Page.
He a showcase match for Hangman.
I think he should have been world champion. I think he still should be world champion.
He still will be. He'll be the one.
I fucking hope it's sooner rather than later.
I agree. Yeah. I think for a company that's like, we want to build new stars and everything, and the first match for the World Championship was Adam Page versus Chris Jericho. They went with Chris Jericho. I think that was a bad move.
I don't think that was necessarily a bad move. I think it turned out well during his reign. But I think like going to that and then putting it on Dean Ambrose / John Moxley was probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
As much as like I didn't mind him as champion, they really should have put it on somebody else then, like Paige or somebody.
I think it
I
should have
agree.
went, if they were going to go Chris Jericho, I think it should have went Chris Jericho, Moxley, and then MJF. That's just me.
MJ, he's not quite ready yet.
No, see, I think with Kenny having it now,
MJF is like the best person they got, motherfucker. Okay.
Hangman needs to take it next, and then MJF.
Even Jim
MJF
Cornette knows he
should
can't
take
win the
it from
title yet.
Hangman. MJF should take it from
I
Hangman.
think he should have already been the world champion. But
After Hangman gets a long reign when he beats Omega.
Yeah, Hangman. In fact,
It's
MJF
got to
could
be
beat
Hangman.
Hangman. I think I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Have it go Omega to Hangman and then Hangman to MJF.
Well,
I'm good with that.
you guys are entitled to your wrong opinion. It's okay. All right. So we see Adam Page get the win over Cesar Bononi with the buckshot lariat. And then we get Britt Baker's reaction to the incredible lights out match that she had with Thunder Rosa the week before, which that's one I got to disagree with old Uncle Corny on there. He tore the match apart.
He did. He did big time.
He tears apart everything. It's just like you can't please the man.
Well,
Like
he's set in his ways, and to be honest with you, I'm starting to feel it a little bit more myself.
I mean, I
especially
will
after
say
watching some of
did
the Crockett stuff.
he did
recently.
put over Baker and Thunder Rosa. He put them over, but the match itself he didn't put over.
It shouldn't have been booked. You don't need to book these matches all the time. It kills it. Like, it's like how everybody needs to do an outside dive, especially in AEW. They're fucking terrible for that. You don't need an outside dive in every match. You don't need to go outside the ring in every match.
To see somebody like Tully Blanchard doing a dive, we don't need to see it.
That was funny. When he set up like he was going to do a dive, I was like, holy shit. And then he stopped. I cracked up, man. I was like, holy shit, Tully's going to do a dive. And then he stopped. I was like, oh, that's great.
Speaking of which, is the trios with Pinnacle next?
Is what?
The trios match with Pinnacle.
Yeah, that's coming up in just a second. I want to mention one more thing before we get there, which is Dasha Fuentes. Actually, not Dasha Fuentes, Dasha Gonzalez catching up with AEW's newest signee, a fresh young talent, a lot of fire in this youngster, Christian Cage.
That is a stupid t-shirt.
A very stupid.
That is fucking dumb.
What t-shirt?
The t-shirt he wears.
Outwork everyone you haven't worked in 7 years.
Oh, that. Oh, because I said something like a lot of fire in this youngster. You're like, that's a stupid t-shirt. I'm like, does he have a t-shirt?
Not to mention the whole work thing is just fucking bullshit.
I called it. I knew it was going to be Christian Cage.
And he versus Kaz. I'm like, great. That's how they started him in TNA.
All right.
Yeah.
So back to watching Impact. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right,
I
now
don't
we
remember
get
them having a match in TNA, to be honest with you. They probably did, but
I think they did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They acknowledged it on TV.
they said they did. I just was like, I don't remember that match.
They did. I remember it.
Fair enough.
All right. Next up is that trios match that Nick mentioned. AEW trios match. The Pinnacle representatives of FTR and the chairman, Sean Spears, taking on the Hollywood Blondes Jr. The Varsity Blondes. And Dante Martin. I am unfamiliar with Dante Martin.
Dante Martin's from Top Flight with his brother Darius.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, going into that match, it was like, oh, gee, I won.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was a Pinnacle showcase. That's all it was. It was to remind us who Sean Spears is.
Poor Sean Spears, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he should be in that stable.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He looks like he's only there because Tully's there.
He looks like he's only there because they needed another man in the stable, and they knew they were doing nothing with him currently. So,
well,
get rid of that stupid blonde gimmick.
I think out of everybody who has left WWE thus far and went to AEW, I think he's like the only one that's really flopped. Really
hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Everybody else has at least like
Cody,
done something of like mention to get over. I mean, like of course you have Moxley and Jericho. You have
Miro.
FTR becoming the tag team champions at one point. You have Miro doing some stuff to get over. He's almost down there with Spears, but he's still doing a little shit to get over.
Yeah.
But Sean Spears is the only thing he did anything newsworthy was like, oh my god, he cracked the fucking shit out of Cody one night.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, he had the match with Cody, and that was it. Or the
I
feud.
like
guess.
Sean Spears. I like Ty Dillon.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, but he's just, I don't know. He's just not.
Kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of there.
Then we get a message from Team Taz, which is Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse, Will
Okay.
Hobb, whatever fucking name they come out
This
with.
just sounded like a joke.
So
Taz sounded nervous. Brian Cage botched his work. Ricky Starks just didn't sound right. Hobbs might as well not have spoken. Hook, well,
how many stables do they have in AEW?
about 87.
Yeah, like okay.
If you don't, if you do,
What?
if you
He
see,
said that like so quick, like he's been waiting for that question all night. We did not feed him that question or anything. I mean, he was waiting for that.
Everybody is in a goddamn stable, and their stables have to come out during their match and stand there looking like fucking dweebs. Like it's just
the Hardy family, the Dark Order,
I
the
love the
Inner
Dark Order.
Circle,
Though.
the Pinnacle.
I love the
do
Dark
you?
Order.
They're a
I
joke.
love the
I
Dark
love
Order
Dark
They're
before.
a joke.
I love the Dark Order before Huber died and shit. So like, I fucking love the Dark Order.
They're a
I love
joke. They're standing
Jurassic
backstage
Express.
and they're doing trust falls with each other.
That's fantastic.
Fucking love the
Stupid.
Dark Order.
And Little Brody throwing the papers is fantastic too. I'm sorry.
No,
I thought it
last
was
week
kind
when they're just like, oh guys, which of us should take the challenge for the TNT title? And fucking negative one's like, oh, that's gonna be me. They're like, yeah, maybe in about 10 years. Calm down. All right, then we get QT Marshall. Oh, I'm sorry, QT Marshall explains what's been going on with him because he's turned his back on the Nightmare family. Good to see that they're doing something with him because, like,
Yeah.
the first match I saw with QT Marshall, he did this like moonsault into a like swanton bomb type of thing, and that's what sold me on him. I was like, that's a badass fucking move. You know, then they started teaming him with Dustin and everything, and I was like, I like this guy, man, but I just don't think he's ever gonna. I mean, he's never gonna be world champion in AEW.
No, but I
like
think,
him.
yeah, I like what potential there is for this exhibition they're gonna do with
Yeah.
Cody.
They're best friends though, guys. Come on. Jesus Christ. What a joke.
Arn's getting sacked. Yeah, Arn's gonna take one between the legs. I know it. QG's gonna get right in there and then Arn, what happened? Why would you do this, QG? And the slap. And then Cody bloody. QT, fans, boo. Tony, oh my god, what has happened to the Nightmare family? Dasha.
And so nice they had to do it twice. We have another trios match, which is the Laredo Kid from, I believe, Ring of Honor, right?
AAA.
AAA? I thought he was in. Oh, I think I'm confusing with Bandito. Never mind.
They don't have
Laredo
a deal with Ring of
Kid.
Honor, do they?
No.
Like they had what's his name come in the one time, but he's technically a New Japan guy, isn't he? Fuck, what the hell's his name? Jeff
Kenta?
Cobb.
Oh, Jeff Cobb.
Jeff
Yeah.
Cobb's.
No, he was a free agent at the time when they brought him in. But
Was he?
Yeah, but then they never really signed him down. So he said, "Fuck it, I'm signing with New Japan or whatever." So Laredo Kid and the Lucha Bros taking on the Young Bucks and fucking Brandon Cutler.
Oh,
Brandon Cutler being the partner, I knew what the result would be. I'm not sure I like Kenny showing up after, just to kind of plant seeds for a breakup that I thought already happened. That's where
Speaking of planting seeds, out comes Kenny Omega, and don't the Bucks fuck him up?
No, Phoenix and Laredo Kid fought.
Oh,
and the Bucks walked away.
The Bucks walked away, and then it was Penta. It was Penta because Penta got up. They beat up Penta, and then the Bucks walked away, and Penta got up, and I think Laredo Kid, Phoenix, held Kenny down, and Penta went off the top rope.
All right, and then we find out that Jade Cargill is that bitch. And we
Oh,
move
I
on.
love Jake. I love Jade Cargill.
Really?
Yep.
I liked her too. She impressed me in that tag team match with Shaq. She impressed me.
Yeah, I like Jade. I
Then we
want to
get
see where they go with it.
a special announcement from Cody and Brandy. Basically, hey, we're still having a kid.
Hey, we're gonna be doing.
Well, I
a
thought it
TV
was,
show.
yeah, isn't it? Hey, we're having a fucking reality TV show now.
Oh yeah,
It's-
okay. I did not
it's-
hear about this. Okay, highlights from a lot of filming is shown, and then we are informed that a new reality show called The Roads to the Top is coming to TNT soon.
Lame.
Yeah, so it's Ms. and
I'm
Mrs.
flipping back and forth between this and NXT at the moment. So that's probably why I didn't catch the reality show part.
The Rhodes family, whatever. Lame.
Eddie Kingston.
Show for
Okay, this must be the promo portion of the show because now we get Eddie Kingston and John Moxley addressing.
I have no idea what either of them said.
Yeah, me either. Me
Right.
either. I was just
It
like,
was
all right,
boring.
they withdraw.
And here comes to me the most shocking match of the night here. Ty Conti taking on Nyla Rose, and Ty Conti picking up a 100% clean win over Nyla Rose.
Missed this match.
From what I saw of it, because again, I'm flipping back and forth, it was a pretty decent match. Good to see that Ty Conti is finally getting her chance to shine, that she didn't really get a big chance to shine in NXT. I mean, she did have a couple standout matches, but this match right here I was just shocked that they put her over clean.
Yeah.
Over Nyla. There was no fuckery.
I'm not a big fan of Nyla, but I wonder.
Is it because she has a dick?
No.
Okay.
No, it's cheap because I feel like
Because I will say, for a transgender wrestler, she does have a good pair of titties. I will say that.
No, I was just saying, like, my thing is that I watch Nyla Rose and I'm like, hey, but I'd rather watch Nia Jax match. I just think they need to feel like they're too similar. Not that they're big or not that they're like, but they don't need to be built as like the irresistible force or like the force or like whatever. Like,
well, apparently Nyla Rose is not the irresistible force because she lost clean to Ty Conti.
well, you know what I mean? No. I think.
And then after the match, all hell breaks loose as Hikaru Shida, the bunny, and somebody else.
Bonnie.
The bunny, Allie.
Yeah.
They come out and they're probably setting up a tag team match between Hikaru Shida and Ty Conti versus.
So, how many matches is this so far?
I
in
was
this
not
show?
counting.
I think this is 4 or 5.
4.
And how many of them have had like some kind of beatdown at the end of the match?
All of them.
Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ. Is that just because they have so many people and they need to get them all on the same show?
Maybe.
Or is it just because everybody's in a fucking group?
Well, when you have around 87 groups.
It was exactly 87 before, and now it's around.
And then about 15 offshoot groups.
Yeah.
You have the groups
7
within a group.
And 7.
Because you have the Dark Order, but then plus you have Grayson and Uno, and then Silver and his partner, plus that other team.
Wow, those are tag teams, but
9 and 10.
Yeah, there
and
it is.
then there's you've got Jurassic Express.
Oh yeah.
And then you've
were
got
they even on this show?
Not tonight. But
Yeah,
speaking of
sure.
groups, we kick it on over to Arcade Anarchy, aka Miro and Kip Sabian.
I must have missed this too because I thought they weren't on the show either.
As they talk about their special match with the best friends, Orange Cassidy and sexy Chucky T, Chuck Taylor. That's
Is this
setting
the
up-
stupid video games match?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's gonna be
God, that
awesome.
show-
I can't.
It's gonna be
I can't wait.
fucking stupid.
but it's supposed to be.
How is this game or how is this match supposed to work? Is it a cinematic match?
Maybe.
Probably.
Could you imagine if it's a cinematic match where it's like Miro versus Orange Cassidy and the other two guys are like controlling them?
Oh, that'd be sweet.
That would be sweet. I'd be in.
Oh, I don't know if I'd be in, but what the fuck?
Choose your player and like
Yeah.
and Kip goes to choose or Orange Cassidy, and Miro's just like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Or just like they're in the back, just with the controllers, and the other two are just wrestling in the ring. Oh,
That'd be great.
Jesus.
And finally, in the main event, it is Darby Allin defending the TNT Championship against John Silver of the Dark Order. And of course, John Silver comes out, and the rest of the Dark Order come out too.
Yeah, because why not, right? The biggest group of them all.
But yet, Sting is the only one that comes out for Darby.
Well, is Darby in a group?
No,
is he in the Nightmare Family?
No, but Sting watches Darby's back, but we're supposed to believe that Sting can fend off all of the Dark Order.
I only really caught the last couple minutes of this match. So
I will say this was a great match.
Yeah,
the coffin drop is a stupid move.
What? The coffin drop is awesome.
No, it's dumb. He's just all he's doing is falling backwards for people to catch him.
Your opinion is wrong.
No, it's not. It's true.
Coffin drop is awesome.
So, and then did they not interfere in the match?
They tried at one point, but Sting held off all 47 members of the Dark Order with one bat.
Okay, and then didn't at the end of the match, Sting, Darby Allin, and what the hell was John Silver were standing in the ring, and didn't Sting give John Silver a nod? No,
he gave him a fist bump.
Yeah, so your group tried to interfere in the match, and now the babyface is like, "Oh, good job, bro!"
But it's for the TNT Championship, man.
That doesn't matter.
And then Matt Hardy busted out there.
And then Matt Hardy.
And then, of course, after the match, all hell breaks loose as Matt Hardy interferes. Him and the Butcher and the Blade beat down.
DVR cut it off just in time.
And that was AEW Dynamite.
Right.
Although I will say I did enjoy the match. I think I never really got to see John Silver in action by himself. That was really other than the Brody Lee Memorial Show is when I really got a taste of John Silver. Yeah. So that was actually the second time I actually really got to see him work, and that I was really impressed with that match. I've always liked Darby Allin ever since not the match he had with Cody, but I can't remember the first match I saw with Darby Allin, but I was like, I like this cat. This cat's pretty cool.
Was it with Kaz?
That could have been it.
No, Joey Janela was the first match I saw Darby Allin. But that might have
been... First match I saw Darby Allin in was a 6-man tag at one of their first pay-per-views.
Maybe that was it. I don't know. I can't remember. I know it wasn't the Cody time limit draw. I know it wasn't that one. I just can't remember.
I like Darby's theme.
Yeah, his theme's pretty good. I like the theme. All right. And before we get into NXT, I have to ask you guys a question. Hey, do you guys like drinks?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you like energy drinks, Nick?
Yep.
Oh, of course you like energy drinks, because that's why we have Raise Energy as a sponsor of the three-way dance here. So when you head on over to repsports.com to get yourself a nice case of Raise Energy that has 300 milligrams of caffeine to get you through the day. 300 milligrams. I know that's just about the same amount as any other energy drink out there, but this is 100% natural caffeine. It gives you focus. It's going to help you recover. It's going to give you energy. It's going to give you stamina. It's also going to keep you hydrated. Not a lot of energy drinks out there will keep you hydrated like Raise Energy. Plenty of flavors to choose from. Sour gummy worm, South Beach, strawberry colada, watermelon frost. My favorite being watermelon frost. And you can also get one based off Saba Simba himself, Apollo. Just head on over to repsports.com and you can pick up any of the Raise Energy drinks. Plus, you can pick up any of their pre-workout powders, their hyper sleep powders. Just remember to use checkout code ARTIST at checkout, and you will save 15% on your entire order. All right. So let's head into NXT. And Shelby, do you like drugs?
No.
All right. So let's head into NXT, our final show for the week here. And the first match on the card here, Io Shirai and newcomer Zoe Stark taking on Dakota Kai and one of my new girls, Raquel Gonzalez, the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
They're already former champions.
Oh yeah, you didn't hear about
How
that?
long have these championships been in? Like
The night that the titles were.
Oh yeah, I think I did hear about this. Yeah.
Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai pick up the win to show that Gonzalez is dominant heading into her women's championship match against Io Shirai at NXT Stand and Deliver.
I think she wins that.
Oh yeah, totally.
And Dakota turns.
I don't think
Did they
Dakota
ever
turned.
do the Gonzalez chick versus Rhea Ripley?
No.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it on a
Must-
pay-per-view?
No.
No.
It was on NXT.
It was
This is
on
the last women's standing match.
That's right. I fell asleep watching that.
Man, you guys missed out, man. They shoved Dakota Kai in a locker and everything, man.
Was it a last
wow.
woman standing, or did they have a steel cage?
They had a last woman standing.
Who is the steel cage? Was there not a steel cage one in the last like couple months?
I think that was
Probably. I mean, fuck,
Candice
it's
and-
wrestling in the 2000s.
Yeah, I think it was
It
It was Candice LeRae and
Io Shirai?
I think so.
no. Yeah.
Oh no,
Candice
you're right.
Neal.
No, it was Raquel Gonzalez and because I remember Dakota Kai slamming the door on the face.
I think I remember the finish, but I don't remember who. Was it?
Maybe it was.
Shotzi.
No,
Yeah,
I think it is. I think it is Rhea Ripley because I think they did steel cage in Last Woman Standing.
Okay.
Yeah. So Raquel going into Stand and Deliver to challenge for the women's champion. I think they're gonna put the title on her. But here's my thing: going back a couple weeks for the women's tag team titles, which I mean we've already discussed a big chunk of in our group chat. But one, they didn't need the women's tag team titles in that.
No,
But secondly, if they
they
were just
barely
gonna
need
put
women's tag team titles in general.
Secondly, if they were going to put the women's tag team title, if they were going to create women's tag team titles for that night, why the hell didn't they just say, hey, here's women's tag team titles. Tonight, we're going to have a match between Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai and Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon to determine the first champs, and then just put them on Moon and Blackheart.
Yeah.
Rather than like, here you go, Gonzalez and Kai. Oh, by the way, you're defending them tonight, and then you fucking lose them.
You never won it and you never defended it.
Exactly. You know, like I just
Successfully, I should say.
That's probably what
They did
trying to
defend
do,
it.
though.
Just not very well.
Probably a story.
I just hated that because I like Raquel Gonzalez. She's a tasty looking woman. I'll give her that.
I like Dakota.
Dakota Kai looks good too. Don't get me wrong, but for some reason, Raquel Gonzalez for some reason.
You give me grief for Shayna?
Yeah, because at least Raquel is a looker.
Oh, I suppose.
You know, I think there's like one if you put 30 pictures of fucking Shayna Baszler on a wall, there'll probably be one that I'm just like, oh wow, she actually looks decent in that one.
It's funny, actually. Shelby can attest to this with my love for Shayna Baszler. You should have heard me at Takeover Toronto too. I don't think a single other person in there.
We were both cheering for her because and you know what? Actually, I think most people were because she faced
It was Mia Yim.
Mia Yim, yeah, and like nobody wanted to see her win.
She had her support,
Not much.
but I mean, you wanted to like, people were looking at me weird.
Yeah.
Like, look
True.
at this guy. I was so happy when she won. Man, I was so happy. Oh.
And coming up next here is probably the biggest surprise of the night, I think. Bronson Reed taking on L.A. Knight.
I'm not surprised simply because as soon
I
as
missed this
saw
match.
Bronson destroy that jacket last week, I thought, yep, he's going to win the first match and we're going to program.
Well, I thought, you know, L.A. Knight just debuting and everything. He gets the win over Jake Atlas, I believe it was.
It was Kurt Stallion, I think.
Oh, Kurt Stallion, my bad. I was just like, oh, okay, well, obviously LA Knight's here. They're making a big deal about LA Knight being here. So obviously he's going to go over Bronson Reed here. But no, not only did this is much like the Ty Conti Nyla Rose match. Not only did Bronson Reed win, but win over clean. No fuckery.
Again, I'm not surprised simply because of the way I think they're going to try and build the program between LA Knight and Bronson Reed. One of them is going to the main roster. I'm just not sure who.
Probably Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed. And LA Knight's just being used as like, okay, let's have you launch Jonah Rock to the main roster, and then we'll work on you some more.
Oof. Next up, we get William Regal announcing that Danny Burch suffered a separated shoulder last week. So the NXT tag team titles will be vacated, but there will be a triple threat match at TakeOver Stand and Deliver between MSK, Legado del Fantasma, and the Grizzled Young Veterans to determine new champions. Who are we picking?
I only know the Grizzled Young Veterans. I don't know these other teams.
So MSK is actually, they were the Rascals in TNA. It's Xavier and Wentz, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who watches TNA?
Anyway, and then who's the other team?
Legado del Fantasma is
that's Joaquin Wild, or otherwise known as DJT, and
Zima Ion.
Mendoza.
Zima Ion, aka the guy who almost killed Jesse Sorensen.
Yep, that poor bastard.
Yeah, but I think I'm with Shelby on this one. I'm assuming he's only picking Grizzled Young Veterans because that's the only team he knows. But I'm picking them because I think that's the only team that makes really any sense.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. MSK feud with GSV or GYV. And
next up, we have Oni Lorcan taking on my equivalent to Bianca, the male equivalent to Bianca Belair in Karrion Kross. OG.
I don't mind Cross.
OG.
I fucking hate Karrion Kross. I hated him when he was fucking the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground. I hated him when he was Killer Kross in Impact. He's shit. God, he's not even like farty, stinky, smelly. He's shitty. Like,
yeah,
anyway, he beats Oni Lorcan. Big fucking surprise. Moving on.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
He challenges Balor at Stand and Deliver.
Balor's just standing there with Lorcan at his feet, just not reacting. Lorcan's not moving.
Next up, William Regal announces next week there will be a 12-man battle royal with Jake Atlas, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Leon Ruff, Austin Theory, Dexter Lumis, Tyler Rust.
Malcolm Bivens.
Oh, Kushida, Cameron Grimes. Oh God, Cameron Grimes. I don't like this $1 Million Grimes shit.
The Bitcoin, was it Bitcoin or GameStop?
GameStop.
That's right. Yeah.
Pete Dunne, Roderick Strong, Bronson Reed, and L.A. Knight. The final 6 will be an eliminator gauntlet, and the order of elimination will determine the gauntlet order. And the winner of that will then face Gargano. The winner of that will then face Gargano on night 2 of Stand and Deliver to challenge for the North American title. And then the winner of that, we're going to take their last 2 numbers of their social security number. We're going to divide that by 3. Then the winner. Okay.
Why are they complicating the shit out of this? Fuck.
You know it's going to be Theory versus Gargano.
No, I think they're leading up to. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think they're leading to Loomis versus Gargano, but the monkey wrench in this whole list here is L.A. Knight because, well, I don't know now because they did job him clean, the fucking Reed, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw LA Knight in there. I was like, I think, but then he just.
Yeah. My six, I think is going to be Pete Dunne, Loomis, maybe Knight,
Theory,
Strong.
Yeah.
Maybe Dunne. Did I say Dunne?
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, okay. All right, next up we have Walter, the NXT UK champion, taking on Drake Maverick. The bell rings, and then the bell rings. Walter
yeah, that's what this match needed to be. It It shouldn't have been any
The
longer.
bell rings and then the bell.
It was perfect.
I wonder
Walter
if they
just
I wonder if
looking
they just
strong.
gave Drake Maverick. They're all right, Drake, you're gonna go out there with Walter. The bell's gonna ring. You're gonna get chopped and powerbombed, and you're gonna win. And he's just like, I cried to keep this job.
I mean, he's facing Walter. Like, what the fuck?
But still, it's the fact that like he got
You want him
released.
to be convincing against
It's
the
the
goddamn
fact that he got
monster?
released and went on Twitter and literally cried his eyes out saying, I love this place so much and I want to stay. But the fact that they fucking rehired him, out of everybody that they released, they rehired just him. And they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna start jobbing your ass out.
Yep. They teamed him with Dane just for Dane to whoop his ass.
I love that shit.
I mean, did you ever really like Drake Maverick in WWE?
Yeah,
Did he ever do anything that was that entertaining or that
he
good?
peed himself, man.
the
Yeah.
the
No, that
unsanct-
was really
the
good.
unsanctioned match with Mike Kanellis was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
When 205
like-
Live was still when 205 Live was still a good show.
You needed something to give to Walter so that he looked really strong. This was perfect. I really
Could have
liked
gave him
this
Leon
section.
Ruff.
Yeah, that would have been better actually.
They could have
'cause
gave him
Leon-
they could have gave him Tony Nese. They could have gave him anybody from 205
you
Live.
expect Leon or both Bollywood boys.
Yeah, there you go.
To,
Well, what
Just
do you
slaps
do
him
with
to the
Drake
ground.
Maverick then?
he's Dane's whooping post / tag team partner.
So then just have Walter whoop him because Walter's worth more.
Yes, but see, it would have been funnier if Walter whooped him and then the bell rings. Dane comes out and he looks at Walter, just like, all right, cool. And then he looks at Drake and just starts whooping him some more. And Drake's like, no, please, kill you, please, I'm okay now. And then Dane just picks him up, slings him over his shoulder. Walter slaps him again.
And then we
Fair
get
enough.
then we moving on. Then we get a setup for what is probably the match that one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most now at
Yeah.
Stand and Deliver, and that is Walter going to be defending the NXT UK title against Old Man Ciampa, which he needs to shave his fucking head.
Shave your fucking head, dude.
Exactly. Him with
Jesus
hair
Christ.
is
Homeless.
disturbing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
he looks homeless. Yeah.
Then we get a recording from Pete Dunne saying, "Hey, I'm going to win next week." All right, and then we move on.
The time that somebody looking like a 40-year-old truck driver actually would be preferred.
I will say this about Walter before we move on to the next match. Every time he chops a motherfucker, I just shiver.
Oh God, those chops are insane.
Every time he chops somebody, I'm just like, oh.
Did you see the match with Dragunov?
No, I still haven't watched that one.
Oh my God, man, it's such a good match, and he chops the shit out of him.
No,
just like
I
he
wish I
does
wish I
everybody
knew
else.
somebody with the network so I could leech.
Yeah,
on
I
them.
wish I fucking did too.
All right, next up we have the NXT Women's Tag Team titles
Oh,
on the line.
God.
Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart.
Were they on the line?
Yes.
Oh my
which-
God.
Again, I like Shotzi Blackheart.
How old are these titles? How long have they been in
Like
existence?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
They're defending
All right.
against Robert Stone Enterprises against Aaliyah and
See,
Mercedes.
this is what I was
Martinez.
talking about, though. They gotta have a title match on
Hey.
every fucking show.
Hey, it's retaliation, returning to the ring, and we're supposed to take her seriously because
I like Mercedes Martinez. I
I
like
do
her.
too. I love Mercedes Martinez, but I know she was retaliation, and now
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, damn.
But big surprise here: Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart retain.
But hey, Mercedes replaced your girl there, Will.
Oh yeah,
Needed to be.
she replaces Jessie Kamea. Does anybody
You're
miss
Jessie
Jessie Kamea?
Kamea. I thought
Oop.
she was Kavita to be.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry, never mind. Oops, that's bad.
If she is, damn, that's news to me.
No, never mind.
Next up, we get Roderick Strong and $1 Million Grimes.
Oh Lord.
$1 Million Grimes.
Oh, is that? I didn't even recognize that was Roderick Strong. I thought it was fucking LA Knight. I don't know what the hell was going on in my head, but
We get Cameron Grimes trying to buy the intellectual property of the Undisputed Era, so Grimes can be the leader of the Undisputed Era. Which, God, I will take that over $1 Million Grimes.
I would not. That would be like
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
just
I would much
depressing.
rather have Grimes coming out doing that finger symbol and yelling to the moon, and him being $1 Million Grimes and shit.
I don't want to see him ruin the Undisputed Era like that.
It's already ruined.
The Undisputed Era was the best goddamn team they had.
No, I'll get to that when we get to that segment. Never mind. I have something to say about that, but all right. Next up, we have Jordan Devlin, the NXT UK at the moment Cruiserweight champion, taking on Kushida, aka Marty McFly.
If Santos Escobar does not win that ladder match, then they might as well just throw the cruiserweight title.
Okay, so fuck the match.
Come on.
So fuck the match. We're just gonna go right to the ending segment. Okay, HBK comes out, doesn't say a damn thing, but Michael slides a ladder in between Devlin.
His music plays. He goes under the ring, grabs the ladder, slides it in, and walks away.
And Devlin and Escobar have a stare down. Which I'll admit that's got me a little hyped now. I was already hyped for Devlin and Escobar, but again, here's the thing with Devlin and Escobar: who the fuck am I cheering for?
Yeah,
they're both. There was so much of that this week too. Is like baby face versus baby face, heel versus heel. It's like, why are you doing this? Now, I do think that this is going to be a good match, and I would prefer to see Devlin, to be honest.
Has to be Escobar.
Yeah, Escobar.
Does it?
Has to be Escobar.
Why?
Because they have spent
the travel ban is not really technically lifted, so they must have pulled some strings or something.
That's fair.
Here. So if
they got Walter there too, and they didn't need to have Walter there.
It's because WWE is considered as essential business. That's why they have Walter and Devlin.
Yeah. But anyway, by the way, Jordan Devlin beat Kushida, by the way, just FYI. And Kushida fucks up Legend del Fantasma, by the way. He just goes on a fucking running senton, flipping senton, mania.
Flipping senton.
Yeah.
Mania. Flipping stuff.
And the final segment of the evening was Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole signing their contract for.
I missed this, and I really wish I hadn't. What happened?
They signed their contract. If you would have let me finish my fucking sentence. They signed their contract for their unsanctioned, no rules, no liability match at Stand in the
No rules, no liability. Is that the legit? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
No rules, no liability, because Kyle O'Reilly's technically not cleared, quote unquote, not cleared.
So it's like the Seth Rollins Triple H thing from wrestling.
Essentially. Adam Cole. Oh yeah, no rules, no liability, unsanctioned match. Adam Cole basically just says, "Hey, I never really needed you guys. You know, the same old spiel. Never really needed you guys. I just fucking used you guys for this many years." Kyle O'Reilly comes back with the fucking, "Oh, you did need us, fucker." You know, pretty much. You used us, and stand and deliver. You know. My whole question with this feud is, I think it's a question nobody has asked a thing since they started teaming up with like Balor and then the turn happened and everything. The big question is, where the fuck is Bobby Fish?
Yeah. That's where I'm at. Where's Bobby?
Bobby just shows up one day like, "Yeah, Undisputed Era." They're like, "Oh, you didn't hear?"
He'll probably show up during the match.
They're like, "Oh, dude, Cole like kicked out Kyle in the face and shit, and like Roderick, he just left and shit." He's like, "What? Undisputed though?" Doing the hand signal and shit. That's like my main thing with this whole feud. I'm like, "Where's Bobby Fish?"
I think he's probably going to return in the match they have. And he'll
dude.
probably align himself with Fish or with O'Reilly.
Bobby Fish gonna align himself with Bobby Fish. Damn, I want to see
Bobby Fish taking care of Bobby Fish.
I want to see that.
I think it'd be with O'Reilly. I mean, it would have to be with O'Reilly, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know, it doesn't make sense for him and Cole to tag after this.
Yeah.
And Bobby Fish is like, or maybe, you know, Bobby Fish is pretty old. He's in his 40s, I think, isn't he? Maybe he's like just going to take a break for a little while. Which I think if that's what he wanted, I'd be okay with that. No problem. Leave him out of it and then bring him back to say, no, I was like, after O'Reilly I think O'Reilly goes over Cole. No,
I do
I mean,
too.
I have
Yeah.
nothing against Kyle O'Reilly. I have nothing against him, man. But I'm just like, who thought all of a sudden, like, hey, let's give Kyle O'Reilly a singles push?
well, because he's fucking had matches with Finn Balor that were incredible.
Yeah, but again, before that though, before like who said like, all right, we need Finn Balor, we need to give him an opponent.
Kyle O'Reilly had great matches in ROH
See, I've only known
with
Kyle
Adam
O'Reilly
Cole.
as a tag wrestler. Like before NXT, I only know him from Red Dragon. I only know him from him and Fish in ROH.
Well, he had matches in ROH without Fish as well. And he had matches with Cole. In fact, they had a tag match. It was Cole and Roderick Strong versus Fish and O'Reilly
Oh shit.
in ROH. Yeah. So, I mean, Kyle O'Reilly is incredible. Just in general, he's a really good athlete. Like he didn't. I don't think like he's a good character. He's good on promos. He's good on all that. I don't think he's quite as big of a superstar as Adam Cole is, but I think he's a lot better in the ring. Well, I don't know about a lot better, but he's definitely better in the ring and more of a legitimate fighter than Adam Cole is. So he should definitely go over for sure.
Yeah.
Especially after like the year that Adam Cole had as NXT champion. Like O'Reilly, this would do really good for O'Reilly if he could beat Cole.
Yeah.
And pushing him to be the next NXT champion, which I think he should be.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then have Fish come back at some point, maybe after he wins the belt, and maybe him and Fish go at it for the belt. Maybe, you know.
I say they give us the dream match that we've been wanting on the main roster. Not on the main roster. If they can do it in NXT, I say do it. But like on the main roster, you know, we've been wanting the 4 horsewomen in a fatal 4-way. I say in NXT, give us a fatal 4-way between the Undisputed Era.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the final show of the week there that we review here. You know, not the other 83 of them that there are.
87, I think. 87.
No, that's
87?
the
Right,
stables.
87?
They each have their own show now.
And for the final segment here, we are going to do the vintage segment of the week here, by which I mean all of us are going to give you guys a suggestion on something that you can go check out here. It could be a show, a pay-per-view,
Oh man.
segment, match, something. And I had something in mind earlier at the beginning of the show. I was like, oh, I'll tell you guys later. And I fucking totally forgot it. But I have another one in mind. And I highly suggest you guys going to look up this match on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. It's a great hardcore match. I'm buying time for Shelby and Nick to think of something now.
I know something. I'm just looking up the event and everything. Anyways.
Okay. So I highly suggest looking up this match. I know he's kind of right now, he's persona non grata, but definitely look up this match. It's a great match from PWG. It is the Young Bucks taking on Candice LeRae and Joey Ryan in a guerrilla warfare tag team match. This match is just freaking insane. I mean, there's pile drivers into gummy bears. Candice LeRae fucking bleeds. It's an astounding match. The Young Bucks versus Joey Ryan, Candice LeRae. That is my vintage pick of the week here. Shelby?
So mine, I've been watching a lot of Crockett and old WCW lately, which is why I'm pissed about the whole network thing, because I didn't get to finish it. But this match, I didn't know this was going to catch my attention as much as it would, but Starrcade 1985, Ron Bass versus Black Bart with J.J. Dillon and Texas Bull Rope match.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
you mentioned
just-
that in the group chat. Yeah.
Oh my God, man. That match was just so, it's just hard hitting and like blood and just insane. It caught my attention and I watched the rest of that pay-per-view, and it's a good pay-per-view in itself, to be honest.
So you recommend the whole pay-per-view or just the match?
The match specifically, but if you want to watch the whole pay-per-view, it's very good as well.
Okay.
All
Nick.
right. So my pick here, and this is going to be kind of an obscure one, I guess, because it's probably not something a lot of people would think of. Well, it's not something a lot of people think of. It's from an independent promotion called 2CW from all the way back in January 2012, with 4 guys that would go on to become huge names. Well, I wouldn't say huge names, but much, much bigger names than what they were at this time. and it's from 2CW from January 21st, 2012. You can find it on YouTube. It's a fatal four-way. Sami Callihan versus Pac versus Rich Swann versus the late great Brody Lee.
Wow.
I wouldn't think it would be much, but it's actually it's a different kind of fatal four-way, but the styles kind of blend together really
I was
well.
gonna say,
So
yeah,
it's
that's like
worked
4
out.
different styles, especially considering what all of them became. Like
Yeah.
Swan is like some cruiserweight, Pac is like a cruiserweight, heavyweight hybrid. You got Sami Callihan, who's like a hardcore bruiser. Then you got
Yep.
Brody Lee and shit. Wow, that's actually like 4 different styles mixed together there. That's bizarre.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So there's the bell right there. So that's going to signify the end of the 3-way dance here. So if you enjoyed listening to us, if you somehow made it through all this, then hey, my hat is off to you and everything. If you guys enjoyed this, I want you guys to let me know down in the comments down below, and we will probably do this on a more regular basis. And if you don't let me know, then we know that we wasted 3 hours of our time tonight for absolutely nothing.
Well, it was nice catching up and everything.
No, I
even though
know,
all we
it
did
was
was
fun.
talk about wrestling.
You know, but so
Current
yeah, if
wrestling at
this
that.
has been the 3-way dance, I am the artist version 1, and for Shubs and Nick here, if we do see you again, we'll see you then, or we'll hear you then, or some shit like that. Whatever. Didn't really work on the outro, did I?
Yeah, if you're gonna continue this, you need to work on that outro.
Yeah, I need to work on the outro.
This is
Hey,
what
Shelby, do
happens
you
when
like
the outro
drugs?
is long.
No.
But also remember to check out repsports.com. And if anything you get there, use checkout code artist to save 15%. And if there is a next episode of the 308 Dance, we'll hear from you then. Be breezy.